Welcome to the 318th episode of the So Video Games podcast, where we talk about any game at all, including new stuff, old stuff, and anything in between. If we are playing it, we'll be talking about it. Today we are recording on January 11th, 2023. My name is Brad Galloway. I'm the editor of GameCritics.com, and I'm also 50% of this here show. With me is the man who did not let it stay in Vegas, Carlos Rodella.
Hey, I'm back from Vegas, and everything that happened, I'll tell you about it.
Nothing stays in Vegas when it comes to Carlos.
Yeah, I mean, I can't lie. You know that about me. And
Is that a lie?
No, but I mean, I wouldn't be like, oh, I don't know what happened in Vegas.
But that's what a liar says. A liar says, I wouldn't lie. That's the first thing a liar says.
Okay, well, I can't. And nothing surprising or crazy happened, so don't worry about it. I just went down to Vegas for CES, and I was doing that as a freelance show. It was actually really fun. I was in a mask, most of the time. But at the same time, it was a lot of really cool technology to watch and film and interview and talk to a bunch of really cool people. So I'm super tired, but yeah, nothing crazy happened.
And that's what someone who had crazy things happen would say.
Oh, jeez.
All right, folks, we are back. And first, I just want to apologize for the delay. Real life happens sometimes. Real life is what happens between podcast episodes. And so, although we really do try to maintain a regular schedule because we know that you love it, who doesn't love being regular? Am I right?
And that's a tangent.
That's a little old man joke there. But things happen, and we got a little delayed, so sorry about the delay. Thank you for bearing with us, and now we are going to give you plenty to chew on for this episode here. Let's just get right into it, because we got a lot of stuff on the agenda today, Carlos. Let's start off with some housekeeping, and as everyone knows, you and I share a virtual living space divided down the middle with a strip of duct tape. That's right. It is housekeeping. I got a couple things, Carlos. What's on your side?
Man, I have so much that I'm actually going to take some of these boxes, and I'm going to push them aside. And we're doing another show right away on Sunday, basically because we filmed this one or recorded this one late. So we're doing another one very soon. So I'm just going to put some of these boxes for Sunday.
Okay, they'll keep.
They'll keep, I think. I mean, that pizza still is there somehow, which is not
pizza.
keeping.
I keep telling you to get rid of that pizza, bro.
I don't know what's wrong with me. But anyways, so here's just a few boxes. One box that we both opened, essentially, or talked about, is the PS5 having weird technical issues if you keep it... what is it, vertical? Yeah,
there was a story. I want to say it was from one of the British game sites. I could be wrong. But they were saying that it was French. They were saying that they've discovered a large number of people sending their PS5s in for repairs. And when they took the machines apart and looked inside, it was the, I guess, liquid metal T2000 whatever cooling element. I've never heard of liquid metal before. I don't know what that really is. I'm guessing it's metal that's liquid, but it's some kind of cooling element. And apparently if you keep your PS5 in horizontal mode, it can settle in the wrong place and I guess harden, which means it stops doing its cooling, and then it makes the chips get really hot, and then it causes problems that need to be fixed.
Wait. Back up.
Back up.
You just said in horizontal mode. Do you mean...
I meant to say... No, I'm sorry. I meant to say vertical mode. My bad. If you keep it vertical.
Because I just changed it after we talked, and now
I did too.
Laying down horizontal, and that's the good position.
I apologize, folks. If you keep it vertical, as in the standing up mode, that's the dangerous mode. Sorry, my bad.
Yeah, which is crazy because that's what they build it to be set up as. Mm-hmm. And they give you a little stand for it.
They do.
So,
well, I'm frustrated with this because, number one, we haven't talked about it in a while, and I think we've all become numb to it. But this has reminded me that the PS5 is fucking goddamn so fucking big.
It is.
It's huge, and it's really hard to find a place for it to fit. And this was the first time I've gone vertical because I was like, oh, okay, I need a smaller footprint. And, PlayStation has tried to go vertical since, PS3? PS3 had problems. You couldn't... they said you could do it vertical, but there was a problem with it. I think it was the discs fell out of the disc tray. Is that right?
Maybe, yeah.
I think so. PS4 also had a problem as well. I think the laser scratched or something. There was some kind of other thing where they're like, yeah, you can, but really don't because it doesn't work. And again, for the third fucking time in a row, they try to go vertical and they don't have it worked out. I was really enjoying the smaller space, and now I had to redo my whole fucking entertainment center. It looks fucking jacky. It doesn't look jacky. It looks janky as shit.
Yeah.
And it's just frustrating. But I don't want this thing to break because they're still hard to get and it's fucking expensive and I don't want it to bust.
Well, And also we have, I know, yeah, I think I do. I mean, I know I do, but I don't know if you do. But I have like version 1 of the PlayStation 5.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, okay. So, you know, I have never mentioned this on the podcast, weirdly enough, because maybe I thought it was just a TV glitch. But a couple times, and yes, I've had mine in vertical the whole time. A couple times my PS5 has done some weird things where, like, not just crashes, but like the screen would get weird for a minute. It's only happened like twice ever, and I've had it since it came out. But then I heard you say the story, and I was like, oh no, was that like a telltale sign of it like starting to go bad or something? So I immediately put mine in horizontal. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, as soon as I read the story, I like ran to my console, and I'm like, no, go horizontal. Luckily, as we talked about a couple shows ago when we did the PS5 wrap up, I've only played my PS5 for like 19 hours total or something like that. So like, I'm like, okay, hopefully I'm still within the good zone because I haven't really played it that much, not every day, certainly. And so I turned it on its side. Hopefully it's fine. We'll see, but I don't know. Just come on, Sony. Geez, like don't tell us to turn it up if it's not gonna be good up, you know.
And it makes me frustrated because I'm looking at it right now, and it just doesn't look right laying down for some reason.
Yeah,
Because those fins,
weird.
you know,
Yes.
the fins make it look like. Actually, like my brother visited me the other day, and he's like, "Why is your PS5 laying down like that?"
Yeah.
So if he's saying that means it doesn't look right.
Yeah, it's clearly designed to go vertical, and yet they didn't work. I mean, what the fuck is liquid metal anyway, dude? Like,
I don't know.
It's the first I've heard of liquid metal, and I'm like, should I even ask about this? I don't even know if I want to know, but.
Well, either way, I'm glad we brought it up. And for anybody listening, go ahead and if you have a PS5, just, make it horizontal.
Yeah, horizontal. Just to be on the safe side.
Just to be on the safe side.
What else you got, Carlos?
Well, we both were also talking about Death First like shutting down because I was playing it and talking about it on the show. And I guess it's going to go away now.
Yeah, Deathverse. What is it? It's Deathverse Let It Die. This was the sequel to Let It Die, which I loved, and I think you like Deathverse more than I did. But free to play PvP. You like it more. I had my issues, but I think we both agree that like the style and the theming is really cool. I really love the universe and the whole vibe of it. But yeah, the developers put out a message. I want to say it was about a week ago, saying a number of problems. Some of it was technical. Some of it was just, the game wasn't performing the way they wanted it to. And so July 18th, so they're giving you a pretty good amount of time. July 18th, they're saying the game is going on suspension. Now, they're not saying it's canceled ever.
Oh, okay.
But the vibe I got and the sad tone of the email basically sounds like it's going on indefinite hiatus. I hope that means they're going to take it back to the drawing board and work on it. I mean, there's a lot of assets there. So much time must have gone into this game. I love the team. I really want to support them. I'm hoping that they're going to work on it, bring it back. But honestly, the tone of the email made it sound more like kind of a sunsetting. So we'll see. But the bottom line is, come July 18th, the game is going offline for an undetermined period of time.
Well, there goes my battle pass that I paid for. Well, I guess not till July. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I really enjoyed it. I think they're probably just like looking for a user base, and maybe they will retool it a little bit. By the way, there was some PvE in it. There are monsters and stuff.
Yeah, those little AI dudes that roam the map or whatever.
No, actual monsters. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, the animals and stuff.
There were
right?
animals and stuff, yeah. So I'd go in and like some of the missions would be just kill a bunch of animals, and so I would do that. So I don't know. Again, those maps are really small, and if they had any sort of more open worldy kind of feel, I know that's not what they were trying to build, but like it might give some new life to it. So we'll see. We'll monitor it. I just thought I'd bring it up.
I feel like they've got something really good there. I think they just kind of misread the situation a little bit. I think they were closer to the good stuff with the original Let It Die, and I think they kind of, I don't know, I think they took the wrong messages from that. So hopefully they'll come back. I really do wish they come back and do something with this universe. So there we go. All right, what else you got?
2 more boxes. And then I'll leave the rest for next show.
Okay, sure.
Starfield is in everybody's, tweets and stuff like that right now.
That's the Bethesda one, right? Or is it not?
Bethesda,
yes?
Bethesda,
yes.
the new Skyrim in space.
Yes.
Supposed to be super epic. Obviously, there's been footage. Some of it's, gameplay. Some of it isn't. And I think the biggest thing is, people are wondering when it's going to come out because they said it was the first half of this year, 2023. That was already because it was pushed. And then just recently, there's supposed to be a Bethesda showcase coming up, but Starfield wasn't announced to be part of it, which is super weird because it's supposed to be really soon. And I think the support page or somewhere on their website said it's going to be the first half of the year. So if it's the first half of the year and they're doing a showcase January and it's not in the showcase, I have two ideas of what's happening. One,
all right. What's your number one?
One is the obvious one. It's like super delayed.
Sure.
And they don't want to talk about it yet because they're afraid it's going to lose goodwill.
Yeah.
The second, which I think is actually going to be happening, is Todd Howard in a recent interview said he would love to do a stealth release for Starfield, like he wanted to do for Fallout. And Fallout did like a month or two, and then they released, I think it was for 4. But anyways, he was like, it'd be really cool if we just like posted something and like we came out 2 weeks later. So I think we might get it like in March.
I mean, maybe. Well, I'm going to add a third idea to the mix.
Yes, please.
I think it's probably entirely possible that maybe they will do a dedicated show just for Starfield. It's such a huge title. There's so much writing on it. It's supposed to be like, the big blockbuster, not only for Bethesda, but because now Bethesda's in bed with Microsoft and everybody's talking about Microsoft needs more exclusives.
Yes.
This would be a perfect time for them to pimp the fuck out of it and get everybody's like super, boy, I almost said something really inappropriate there. Excuse me. Super jazzed about it.
Yep.
Do a real deep dive, talk about the features and stuff. So I could imagine that they may do a dedicated Starfield show, but again, it could be one of the other two things that you said either way. I mean, I don't know.
I agree, but it seems super weird that they would have a Bethesda showcase and then not have it be part of that. Like, it just seems like...
I mean, I agree that it's pretty weird.
It's pretty weird. So I think what's happening is Todd's trying to do stealth thing, and it's actually finished or like really close to finish. But we'll see. If not, then it's going to be like 2024 or something. I don't know. It's going to be really pushed or something.
Right.
So people are wondering about that. And also, I decided to bring this because I always kind of, poo-poo on Xbox not having any first party, which I'm not saying anything is not real. It's true.
Poop if you want to, Carlos. Not going to stop you.
Poo-pooing. But here's a positive. I found a YouTube video. Oh, I forgot what the guy's name was. Sorry, YouTuber. But it was, no, I'll look it up now while we're doing it. And he was talking about all the all the Game Pass games coming out soon, in January or in 2023 in general. And there are a fuck ton of really good ones, especially because this, we've had a lot of indie titles, but this one seems incredible. Sorry, I'm just looking it up. Xbox Central. Xbox Central was the channel.
That's the YouTube channel? Okay.
Yeah. So, just listen to this for a minute. This is all 2023.
Coming in 2023.
Yeah. And all ones that I want to play.
To Game Pass.
Best
place to play games.
It's a place to play game. Atomic Heart. Now, some of these aren't
psyched
exclusive.
for that one.
I really am.
You're super psyched for that
Flintlock, which looks amazing.
Yeah, it does.
Obviously, Starfield.
Yes.
Planet of Lana.
That looks great, yeah.
Replaced, which we've both been waiting for. It's really cool.
Yeah.
Lies of P, which is the Pinocchio.
Oh, yeah,
Dark Souls.
dude, that looks great.
Fable, because no one knows if that's ever coming out.
Yeah, we'll see.
Hellblade 2, which I think is done. Everwild. And Outer Worlds 2, which I loved Outer Worlds.
Well, you did.
So,
you loved it, yeah.
Those are just some of the ones. And so that's just a really cool lineup, and it just made me excited for Game Pass.
Yeah, that's great. Well, that's great news. And I've been very satisfied with Game Pass. I know we have our issues, and I know not everybody likes it, and that's no problem. Everybody's got their own thing, not a problem. But I think the games you just mentioned, whether they are exclusive or not, that's an amazing lineup. And if you're a person who likes to play games and maybe you don't have a lot of money, and God damn it, I feel that because this economy, like what the fuck? That's just incredible value. Even if those are available on Switch, PC, PlayStation, whatever, to get that many great games that we're excited for like what, $10, $15 a month? I mean, that's just good value, just in general.
Yeah, I bring it up. I mean, that's just not even the whole list, obviously.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah.
So go over there, Xbox Central, and check out the whole list. And then, just thought I'd say a positive because I'm always negative Nelly about some of the Xbox stuff. Which, by the way, next show I have a big negative Nelly, so I'll save that.
Oh, man. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I got to brace myself. All right.
Yeah, this is the positive one.
Good. I'm trying to think. You said negative Nelly, and I'm trying to think of a positive C word that can rhyme with Carlos, and I'm not coming up with anything.
Oh, a cheerful Carlos?
No, it's got to be a hard C sound. It's got to be... clapping Carlos?
Caddy?
No, that doesn't work.
Caddy Carlos.
No, that doesn't... Okay. Anybody out there, you got a hard C sound word that's positive, hit us up at the podcast, and I'll add it to the show next time.
Oh my goodness.
Anyway, okay. I've only got like one more thing, and then we can move on to the next show. Unless you got anything else you want to.
Well, I just want to say this is the last thing, and then there are still other boxes, but those little crappy games that are like really cheap are still in the PlayStation Store. So we had talked about it and reported on it here on the show.
Yeah, we did.
That they were going to get rid of them. They haven't.
They said they were.
Well, they haven't, because there's
Bastards.
the jumping cookie, the jumping cow,
Jumping
stroke
cookie
the
too.
Cow.
Stroke the cow.
That's a game, Stroke the Cow.
I'm
really.
sure it is. I absolutely believe you.
So they're still in the store, and I don't know if you've checked the Xbox store, or I can too, but I think they're there too.
I'm probably so. God, Anyway.
So what the hell? Okay.
Ugh, gross. All right.
What's your box?
The only thing I wanted to mention is that there is a great deal going on at Humble Games right now. So Wadget Eye Games, they do a lot. They're like, are they the modern leader in point-and-click games? I think they very well may be. I'm definitely a fan of the games. Do you like Wadget Eye, all the stuff they put out, Carlos?
Yes. I don't know. Name a game?
Like Blackwell, or they put out, Strangeland, I think. Like basically any point-and-click that's come out in the last 5 years probably has come from Wadget Eye.
Yeah.
And the one, that's not Uninvited. That's not right. There was like an incredible one I just played, and boy, howdy, can I not remember what the name of that title is. I'll look it up. But anyway, Wadget Eye Games, definitely the leader in point-and-click stuff. And I've been wanting to get into their back catalog. I've heard nothing but great things about Blackwell, where you're like a ghost detective, and there's like a series of 5. Just great reviews. Everybody says they're just really wonderful. And I love the guy behind it, and his name is Dave something, and boy...
Wow, you got the names today.
I know, we're so not prepared for this fucking show. Making an ass of myself on this podcast. Anyway, I will look it up in a second. But I love his work. I think they're a great company, and the reason I bring it up is because you can get, I think, 13 games from their back catalog for $10. I mean, that's like less than $1 a game, and I haven't played all their catalog, but I've played a lot of their catalog, and I basically love every single one that I've played. So I feel like this is a really great value that's worth bringing to the show. If you want to get into some point and clicks, there's some great ones. I know that we're kind of hot and cold on them, but I feel like a lot of the ones from Wadget Eye are pretty hot. And $10, like we just mentioned, the economy. $10 is a pretty reasonable amount of money to get 13 games.
Yep.
You can, of course, donate more if you want to, because it's Humble Bundle, but $10 minimum. So just want a heads up. It's going to be running until February 1st. So you've got, 20 days to cash in on that deal. And in fact, I'm gonna do that myself as soon as we get done recording here. I'm gonna put my $10 up and get all those other games that have been in my Steam wish list like forever. So I'm gonna swoop in, grab those, and I am good to go.
Nice. Check it out.
And I'm trying desperately to find that guy's name because I made an ass of myself and I want to.
Oh, well, you're doing that. I'm going to show you something real quick.
Go ahead.
So when I was at CES, I found this game, and it was a sticker, and it was just at a booth somewhere, and there was nobody at the booth, and there was a poster. So I grabbed both, and I just looked it up right now. It's called The Blackout, and it says it's a new style of game that uses blockchain technology. Now, I know. Don't be afraid.
I'm out.
You're out already.
I'm out.
But the graphics are so cool, and it's a post-apocalyptic world, and it's like 16-bit, sprite style. So I don't know anything about it, so don't take me to task on what it is, but I just thought I'd mention it because I saw it.
All right. Thank you for buying me time. I found the information. It is Dave Gilbert. So he wrote Unavowed. That's the one that is fucking incredible. Unavowed is fucking amazing. That was one of my favorite games. I think it was like my number 2 game last year, I believe. Fucking incredible. Not 2020, but 2021, I mean. Dave Gilbert of Wadget Eye Games, known for Blackwell, Gemini Rue, Techno Babylon, Unavowed, Hobbs Barrow, and more. So those are some fucking killer point and clicks. I do not believe that Hobbs Barrow is included in that because it's brand new and I think they're just about to bring it to Switch. But all the rest, I think, are in that deal, and that's a fucking good deal. Dave Gilbert knows his shit, so please check that out.
Check it out.
Check it out. Okay, that's all I got. Anything else, Carlos?
No, we'll close it up for now.
Right, closing it up. Getting on to the main portion of the show here, episode 318. We got a lot to talk about. Okay, unfortunately, I hate to do this. Folks, I want to just assure you ahead of time that I was trying my damnedest to find some good games to bring to the show. And in fact, I think I even tweeted about it. I was desperate. I was like, oh my God, I keep playing bad games, and every new game I think is going to be a good one. It turns out to be a bad one. So unfortunately, just brace yourself. I think it's going to be mostly bummers for me this show. So just heads up, if you're the kind of listener that doesn't like the bummers, I don't have any good news for you, so I guess power through or maybe skip to next episode. But
Whoa,
we will be covering...
skip to next episode. I'm here also.
We'll skip my portion. And
Oh,
just listen
okay,
to Carlos's
okay.
portion.
Because
And
I have
I'll
some
come back.
positives.
No, yeah, hear Carlos's stuff. Carlos is good stuff. But mine, I mean, maybe you want to hear it so you know which games to avoid. But God, I was so frustrated every game I applied. Wow, I tried and I played.
And
I
played.
applied.
Yeah.
I'm having a rough day.
Wait,
folks.
you try and play something. It is plying it. That's
I
right.
applied it.
You said the right word.
Oh, okay. My brain is, I guess, 2 steps ahead of me here. But yeah, every time I'm like, okay, well, this is a bummer. I'm going to pick something that I'm pretty sure is going to be a good one. Nope. And I had just a series of downers. But we'll go through those one by one. But just heads up, brace yourself, get a cup of coffee, get a blanket, whatever you need.
Get a blanket.
Your snuggle plushie, anything you need to get you through it, because it's going to be kind of some bummers.
Can I do a tangent on that real quick that maybe make you feel better?
Yeah.
And I've never mentioned this on the show either. Is back in the day I used to read, and I love still, video game magazines. And is it PC Gaming or Computer World? I can't remember which one it was. But it had these reviews in the back, with the numbers out of 100%.
Yeah.
And because it was out of 100%, you could get like some real clinkers or clankers, that were bad. And they would have numbers like, this game got a 14, And I 100% just wanted to read the reviews that got like 14.
Oh, yeah. Dude.
Because it's super fun. They're like, well, this game is broken, or whatever. Or like they talk about the NPCs, they talk about AI, or I don't know, man. I just really enjoyed reading bad reviews sometimes. So,
I do. I agree. And honestly, I feel like that's kind of where you get your best info, because whenever I'm looking up a game on Metacritic, I go to Metacritic all the time. I just go straight to the bottom and I read whatever the worst reviews are, because I feel like those people are going to be the most brutally honest. I mean, it's easy to say a game is great. Oh, great graphics are great. Like cool. But I want to know, like, what is wrong with it? Like, what is the problem? And if I can get past that problem, then it's probably worth me getting into. But if I read something and I'm like, oh, this guy's problem is something that I hate, I'm just going to skip all the rest. I don't need to read the good stuff.
Plus, if you go to those bottom reviews or the negative ones, lots of times they're bullshit. So you can clear that up, because they could be like, oh, it didn't work for me in the store. Or, you know what I mean? Like, I tried to download it and it didn't work. Or,
sure.
I hate this developer. Or, monetization, blah, blah, blah.
I've got a couple good ones where, like, I know that they're pretty trustworthy and they usually are pretty brutal. Like, I think Metro UK is probably the one that I think is the most brutal and most reliable. Like, I've never known them to really just, like, put out a bullshit review. So, like, whenever they give something like a 30, I'm like, okay, they're probably pretty on the mark there. That's a good one to try.
Okay.
Anyway,
all right. Well, we'll do some positive and some negative. Let's go.
Positive and negative. All right, Carlos, starting with you. You are bringing this brand new blockbuster AAA extravaganza.
Shit.
Portal Dungeon Goblin Escape, which I know that everyone is looking forward to, and I'm so glad we got a copy of this.
For my review.
We've been waiting for the review, so please, sir, tell us about Portal Dungeon Goblin Escape.
Well, maybe not going to start with positive then.
Oh no!
Yeah, I know this is highly anticipated review, and this will be my official review, by the way. No, I'm not.
Okay.
I'm not going to do
No?
that.
No, okay.
We're not going to add this to Metacritic.
It'll probably be the only Metacritic review if you do it.
That's true. Jeez, I'd be the only one.
I bet you'd be I'm going to look it up. I bet you're the only one, dude.
I'm going to look at how much this cost me real quick. I got to go to the store. Wait, when you go to the store and you've already bought it on PlayStation,
I don't think it tells you the
doesn't
price.
show
You
the
can't
price.
look it back up. Yeah.
That seems weird. Anyways, I don't know how much I paid for this, but I think it was like $5 or $10.
I'm going to look it up. Go ahead. Keep talking.
Okay. It's called Portal Dungeon Goblin's Escape. But basically, I knew what I was getting. It was cheap. I saw the trailer. I know what it was. And I was just in the mood for that. And it almost fit the bill. So it's almost a positive review. What is the game? Basically, you're a goblin, obviously. There's a goblin story about Hogwarts, but we won't go into it. Remember that for next episode. Okay. Foreshadowing.
Oh, I've already forgotten.
Okay, so you're a goblin. You run around dungeons. You fight monsters. You smash everything. You get gold. You get health back. You can't heal yourself in the dungeon you're in.
Is this like a third-person like action, or what are we talking
about?
Third
person, little goblin running around. The Dark Souls of goblin dungeon games, as it were.
It says it's $11.
Okay, that's probably what I paid.
And there is no review. You would be the only reviewer on all of Metacritic.
Maybe I'll do it. Let's get through it. Let's see.
All right, let's get through it.
So, your third person running around. The physics are a little off. They're a little wonky. When you jump, you kind of floaty jump, which is weird. There's no dodge, so you basically just have to jump away from enemies, which is kind of weird. But it all works fine. Like it's just fine. and you're running around jumping, hitting monsters. Basically, you go to a dungeon, you can't heal, but you can collect healing items, in chests and stuff, right? Like you just smash everything. So you might get healed during the run, but you can't like actually heal yourself.
Okay.
Then when you get back to the hub area, which is where you do everything, the hub area has a bunch of doors in it, and you just go into dungeon after dungeon, in order, right? At like 1 through whatever. And so when you go back to hub area, you can heal yourself with the things you've kind of accrued, like health potions and stuff, which is a weird setup, but it works somehow. Then you can upgrade your armor, upgrade your weapons, check the, what's it called, the bestiary.
Sure.
Yeah. And then you go back in and try to do the next like level, right? So I kept doing that. There is a weird thing that you can smash everything. Like you don't open chests, you just smash them, right? So you can smash bookshelves. Anything you see, you can smash.
Just like real life.
Just real life. And like real life, you just get gold from it and coins. So, just like real life.
When I beat up my couch, quarters do fall out of it.
Dude, that's true. But also, if that was totally true, like it was in the game, I would destroy my apartment right now because I need money. I would just there'd be nothing left. And I would have like a lot of gold.
You'd be standing in a pile of gold with like rubble furniture around you.
Yeah, but then I go buy everything else, buy it all new again. Anywho, that's not real. So I did that. And then, of course, just like it's essentially like a roguelike. You do that until you upgrade yourself really good. And then you go to a boss room and then you eat shit, right? So I ate shit and it's a spider. And I was like, I've upgraded myself 3 times already. And I should be able to handle it. And I couldn't. And he also slowed me with his webs and stuff and just did some bullshit moves. So I just kept dying. And then I was like, this isn't fun. Because I want to be rewarded for what I just did,
Is there not any permanent upgrade? Are you not getting
No,
better
I'm
on
permanent. No. That's the point is that I had done, every time I go back to the hub area, to clarify, anything you purchase there from that little store, kiosks, you get and you keep forever.
But it's not enough. You don't feel like it's not enough.
Yeah, I mean, I went back to the dungeon just this morning or something like that, and I went inside. Spider got him halfway down, but that's it. And then I died again. So it's I don't know what to do now. But I guess you're gonna have to grind. But I didn't really
so soon.
Yeah, grinding so soon. I think it's mainly because the game is short, and I think there's 30 levels or something.
Sure.
So
you got to make it real fucking hard so you don't finish it in an hour.
Yeah, that's all they want to do. But I'd rather finish it in an hour, just be or 2 hours, and be like, that was a cool experience. Let's see what they do next.
You and me both. I'm with you.
Yeah. So that's the unfortunate part. For being such a budget title, and I don't know if it was probably not too many people that worked on it. I was wanting to love it. I was this is kind of silly and fun, and I can, smash things and get gold, and I felt good in upgrading, and some of the weapons looked really funny, like a stick with a saw blade on it. But then, I just got frustrated I couldn't beat this spider, the first boss spider. So,
all right. Well, okay, so how about this? Give us a little capsule and give us a number, and we can. I feel like you've covered enough for review here,
okay.
Because this is something I think would be valuable consumer information with someone who's got $11. Yeah.
It's like a budget title roguelike where you play a goblin and you fight a bunch of monsters and smash everything until gold comes out. But then you get to a huge boss and you usually are underpowered, and that sucks.
Man. Okay.
That's the tagline. You can use that verbatim, right?
And you're grinding immediately.
But then I'll finish the tagline. You could take this part and say, so you have to grind a bunch, which isn't terrible because I kind of like the gameplay. So it's kind of fun, and you're a goblin.
It's kind of fun,
and you're a goblin. Come on.
That's amazing. All right, so what score do you give it?
And the number is... Fuck. Don't put the fuck in
out
there.
of 10.
No, don't. I mean, it can't be good. Jeez. What is that number? I want to say...
I think of 5 as perfectly competent and average.
I was going to say 5.
Okay, so
but
you think
it's not really 5, is it? It's 4.
I mean, it's below average because you're kind of noping out pretty quick and you didn't care for it, like a 4.
Pretty much a 4. It's a 4.
That sounds fair. All right,
it's a 4. That's it.
4.
That's we were talking about bad reviews at the beginning of the show. I haven't given a bad Metacritic score yet. That's my first one.
This is your first one because you played a lot of really good stuff lately. that you've gone to the mat for, and now this is the first one where it's like, okay, not so good. So there you go. How does it feel to give a bad review?
I kind of want to make it a 5.
No.
I know for the developers' sake, because like they spent time on it. It is kind of fun.
But okay, so that's fair. But I will say, anything less than a 75 puts it in the bad zone, and I don't think you're going to bump it up to a 7.5. And what you described, based on what I heard, that all sounds pretty subpar. Like that doesn't even sound like regular. It sounds just like bog standard, except you had to grind. I don't know. It doesn't sound to me like
4. Okay,
like
leave it there.
Okay, I'm not twisting your arm, but I'm saying
that was exhausting. Because just the minute we know that it's going to be like on the internet forever, and it's a true. I mean, this podcast is too, but a true Metacritic score. Okay. Anyways, let's move on. That's a thing. Yes.
All right, I got a couple. I'm going to go through a chunk of them here and just really quickly talk about them. The first one, these are all on Switch, by the way. The first one is Kaiju Wars. Now, I will preface this by saying I feel like I am an extreme outlier on this one because I really could not find the fun here. And after I'd put in my time with it and then I was done, I didn't want to play anymore. I went to Metacritic, like I usually do, to see what other people said. And like everybody kind of loves this one, which was really strange to me. So I just want to give people a heads up. If your tastes line up with mine, maybe you'll feel the same way I do. But, grain of salt, maybe you're going to like it more than I do because it seems like literally everyone on the internet likes this more than I do. So take that for what it's worth. Basically, this is a turn-based tactics game, which is why I looked at it in the first place, where you play the humans, the Earth Force, and these random kaiju show up. And, of course, kaiju are the giant Japanese monsters, Godzilla and Mothra and, Ultraman-type dudes. There's no one official in this. These are all kind of like off-brand Godzilla, off-brand Monkey Monster or whatever. So this is not like an homage to Toho films or anything like that. Mm-hmm. But basically a monster will show up on the edge of your map and it's all kind of like broken up into squares and stuff, grid based. And then you have these little areas on your map. They're like airports and army bases. You click on them. You can summon forth a certain number of airplanes and tanks and jeeps or whatever. And then you send them into the kaiju to try to make him stop. So that seems like a winning formula to me because I like turn-based strategy. I like kaiju. And I got to say the visuals on this game are pretty amazing. Regardless of what I felt about the gameplay, I think the visuals are awesome. Like the color palette is crazy in the best possible way. It's all like magenta and yellow, and there's like some darker colors in there. And when you look at it, it's like, whoa, what's happening here? It just looks awesome in screenshots, really unexpected and different. So I think the art style is really cool. I will say also the animation is pretty awesome. When you see the kaiju up close, they'll do like these little kill shots, or like you'll get like these little monster appears kind of animation, and it looks dope, dude. It looks really good, and that's kind of what sold me on the trailer. But as I'm playing this, I really struggled to find the fun. The kaijus are all really, really tough, and as you're playing it, you just basically click on a thing, send out a plane, click on another base, send out a tank, and it just wasn't really interesting or fun at all. I didn't feel like there was a lot of strategy going on. I couldn't find any of the depth that I would usually look for, and I just didn't click with it. And on top of that, this game did not get off on the right foot with me because it is 100% not optimized for the Switch. The text is microscopic in this game. Ugh. I even tweeted out a picture because the text was so small. I was like, oh my God, it's giving me a headache trying to read this text. And also just everything is really small in that game. Like it's an eye strain, just really tough. And the UI and menus are really sloppy. I think that they're trying to go for like a 70s cheapy B-movie sci-fi film kind of vibe, but I feel like they really missed it. I really would have appreciated just a straight up UI, clean menus, clean text, and just to make that accessible. And then keep all the flash for like when you're playing, like keep the animations, keep the color, but like don't make me work so hard to read the screen and the text and the menu. The menus were just like awful. I mean, it sounds weird to say, but like the menus were awful. So I couldn't get into it. I didn't find the goodness. I didn't find the excitement. Really, really wanted to like this one, and I just absolutely did not. But like I said, seems like everybody else on Earth really loves this one, and I just don't. But I really don't. So there you go.
Yeah,
Kaiju
it's just
Wars.
The style, Kaiju Wars. The coloring, like you said, in the art looks awesome, but the gameplay itself doesn't connect with everybody. So
yeah,
I don't think I like this. I don't think I like this game style either.
Yeah, I wouldn't recommend it to you. And I play a lot of strategy games, turn-based strategy, and I like a variety of them. But man, this one, I just didn't get it. I just did not get what they were going for. So okay. Anyway, Next one, Aircraft Carrier Survival. So this is one that I looked at a video and I'm like, okay, cool. You got an aircraft carrier. It's got a 2D ant farm view, kind of like XCOM. You're managing resources. You're sending planes out. That seems pretty cool. And honestly, it kind of reminded me a little bit of Bomber Crew. Not that it necessarily had the same kind of vibe. Do you remember Bomber Crew? Do you ever play Bomber Crew?
I don't think I know that game. No.
That is one of my favorite Switch games of all time. It's put out by, I think the developer's called Rubber Duck, I think, where you take like a World War II bomber and you have little stations within the bomber. You get a cutaway view of the inside of the bomber, and your little guys, like one guy's at the nose gun, one guy's at the tail gun. You've got guys flying. You got a guy engineer putting out the fires when you get shot. Everybody's got a job inside the bomber, right? And so at the same time, you're flying in real time at World War II targets, like bombing the Germans, and you're like rescuing people from the ocean, and you're doing all these different like flybys, and like you're doing the outer mission of where you're flying the plane, but also you're inside the plane doing like the runaround. Somebody gets shot in the back. You're like, oh, gotta patch that guy up. You like send a guy back there. So you're kind of going back and forth between the views. I fucking love Bomber Crew. It's so fucking good. I beat the shit out of that game, and then I played some of the DLC. It's amazing. I want another Bomber Crew experience, and I thought that's what I would be getting with Aircraft Carrier Survival, because in many ways it looks similar. Unfortunately, 100% not even close, not even remotely close. Again, much like Kaiju Wars, Aircraft Carrier Survival, 1,000,000,000% not optimized for Switch. Everything is so fucking small in this game. It's tiny. Graphics are tiny. Text is tiny. It's got this giant like PC interface where like there's all these like little icons on the top of the screen that you're obviously supposed to have a mouse for. All these little things you got to click on, these little pop-ups and drop-downs. I'm like, dude, this is not optimized at all for the
game,
Switch.
Yeah, I'm looking at the pictures, and the game is on Steam, and it was made for Steam. It was made for PC screen. Yeah,
it's absolutely made for Steam, and it's this. I'm so frustrated with this happening, where people are like, for whatever reason, the Steam to Switch bridge seems to be pretty easy to cross for most people. So there's a lot of games that are PC and Switch, which is cool. I appreciate that, but if you're going to do it, like I've said a million fucking times, adapt it for the Switch. Don't just put it on the Switch. This is a perfect case where I can't see what's going on. It's all tiny. I can't read what's going on. It's a pain. It doesn't really work well with the sticks. Like it just, the interface, everything about this is screaming, I'm not supposed to be on this platform. So I try to power through, but then on top of that, it's got this whack ass gameplay where there's just like a lot of waiting. They put it one of those little timers where it's like, click once for regular speed, click twice for double speed, and click 3 times for 8 times speed. Because all you do is fucking wait in this game. It's like, oh, drive your ship out to the ocean. Okay, cool. And then I set the marker out, and you just wait. You just wait. You're just sitting there staring at the screen. Nothing happened. The boat's just going. I'm like, this is fucking boring. Even at 8 times speed, super boring. But that's the more ridiculous thing is like when you're looking at little guys inside your ship with the cutaway view, you're like, oh, soldier over here, please go up to the upper deck and go to the radar room. Okay, cool. Instead of that fucker just going to the radar room, you click on that guy, and he has to literally walk in real time up to the goddamn radar room. He like walks, opens the door, walks in the hallway, goes up the stairs, got a couple flights of stairs, gets in the other thing, opens the door, goes back. And I'm like, dude, I don't want to watch this. I don't want to click to 8 times speed to get this guy to hurry up and get to. I'm like, this is driving me insane. It's driving me so crazy. So I noped out of this like after like 30 minutes. I'm like, I can't even. I can't even. I can't.
You can't even.
I can't even.
I hate games that have the play and fast forward, then fast forward, then fast forward. Because, again, you know that, like, I don't know. Most of those games I don't like because I don't want to be waiting for anything or trying to speed up something. Like, there's a lot of strategy games that do that, but.
It just drove me crazy. When I saw the dude having to walk down the hallway, I was like, oh, my God.
He stops for a sandwich. He's like, hey, Larry, how you doing? Oh, no, some guy's just waiting for me. Yeah. It's fine.
Mike's smoking on the deck and shit. He's got to take it down. He comes back. I'm like, fuck it. No. So anyway, Bomber Crew on the Switch is fucking awesome. It's great on the Switch, and that's a fucking hell of a game. I love Bomber Crew. Like, absolutely love it. Aircraft Carrier Survival is not Bomber Crew. So, okay. Anyway. Last one I'm going to cover.
Oh, my goodness. 3 Debbie Downers in a row. I don't think I can take it. I can't take it. Can I jump in with something else? Jeez.
Okay, go ahead. That's fine. I'll pause it.
I think we have to.
All right, go ahead.
For our listeners. I'm just doing it for our listeners.
For their sake.
For their sake. I can do a really quick one.
Go ahead, yeah.
I just wanted to mention that I was still playing Soulstice. I brought it to the show a while ago.
Yeah, you talked about it last year, and this was the behind the back third person, like, quasi Souls-like. This is one where you're like a girl, but also you've got a ghost sister or something like that?
Yes, but no Souls-like. No Souls-like at all.
Not a Souls-like.
It
Okay.
just has a feel and like tone of like darkness and fantasy, you know, but that's where it stops. It's an action adventure RPG, you know, and in basically there's some upgrading and skill tree stuff, and you have a sister with you, and you're both kind of specialize and have a lot of like supernatural elements in you. So you don't really know what you are, but you're not human, and you have this thing that's inside you. And then you have your sister, who's a spirit, who's also kind of inside you. So
wait. You got something inside you besides your sister?
yeah, it's this evil, basically.
Oh, okay.
I learned a lot more because basically I played a ton more from the last time I brought it to the show. And yeah, I just wanted to tell you a couple updates about it. But it is really, really fun, and there's no Souls-like. And it is basically about, running around, killing monsters. There's some bosses. And then the story, which is really kind of interesting. So I just want to say a couple things. One, I forgot to tell you about the beginning, because the beginning of the game, they literally like let you have like all these powers.
Oh, is that one where they show you how cool you're gonna be and then they take it away?
Yeah. And normally, I can get annoyed by that, but the regular light attack, heavy attack is fun enough. So it's not like you're missing all those things. But I don't think I mentioned that the first time I brought it to show, that it was so fucking cool. Like, it felt really good, like these really powerful moves. And so now that I'm playing for long enough, I've been unlocking some of those, which, miniature spoiler, but it's helpful to get people to play this game. It's about that kind of darkness that's inside you. It's like it wants to, you don't want it to overcome you, but when you like let it a little bit, then you can do special moves.
Okay.
So that's why I'm finally into that.
Is there like
stage.
a downside? Like, is there some kind of a penalty for it?
No, just story-wise, right?
Okay,
the only penalty is in the story, which, again, it's not like just a cookie-cutter story. It's very involved in a lot of lore and stuff. So, yeah, you're just trying to, like, figure out what happened to you, what happened to your sister, your past, that kind of stuff, and then, like, why is this thing in you? And then when it does come out, you kick motherfucking ass, and it's just really fucking fun. And so the other thing about the gameplay is it's generally a fixed perspective, right? Like old school camera.
A fixed camera. Okay, gotcha.
But then in moments of like a lot of enemies attacking you, they let you move the camera around like normal with the right analog. But it kind of jumps back and forth between those two because there's kind of like, dungeons and puzzles and stuff like that. You're running around trying to figure out where to go. You have a couple different powers, like this blue and red power that create like fields around you that you can see like different platforms and stuff. So there's some platforming and things like that. But when you're just doing straight up action, you can use the right analog for the camera. So that's the style of it. But the other thing that is just really cool, the story's really interesting. You meet this weird little kind of mysterious figure who's watching you the whole time. And he kind of like gives you upgrades and talks to you and stuff like that. And you kind of meet him all the time. And you just keep upgrading yourself to get like so much cooler. It just makes the game feel better when you have more options of things you can do. Also, the accessibility is really good when it comes to the gameplay side of it, because I've turned on one of the gameplay elements that they wanted you to do is hit a button to activate the sister's powers. So basically, as you're attacking, the sister can like defend or attack and stuff. Mm-hmm. But you have to hit a button at the right time. So I was like, fuck that noise, as you would say. And I turned on sister does it herself.
Like automatically?
Yeah, she just does it. So,
well, see, that's interesting, because if you're going along with the premise of the game, that's kind of cool, because doesn't it kind of maybe give you the illusion that your sister is kind of acting autonomously on her own when she's with you?
Yeah,
that makes
I like
sense
it.
To me.
Yeah, I think they found a cool gameplay mechanic, and they thought it felt fun when they were doing it. But but you're doing so many levels and fighting so many monsters. I don't want to do that every time. So yeah, I turned that on and it makes it great. And then because she gets upgraded too, because you upgrade both of your abilities. So it's just really fucking fun, and I think underlooked. And I really want more people to check it out, because I don't know what the studio is. I forgot, but it seems like it might be a small studio. It's pretty epic. The only reason I'm a little not disgruntled, but the only reason I'm a little down on it, and the fact is that it's pretty long. And so I had so much fun so far, but I looked at the walkthrough just for fun, and I was like, oh, you have 3 more zones or chapters to go through, and each one is pretty fucking huge. So I'm a little sad that it's going to take a while to beat it. But
Any idea like how many hours wise? Because for me, what you're kind of describing is kind of like a cool action game, which I enjoy those once in a while. And I like the idea of having the sister, especially if you can turn her on like to let her do her own thing. That seems pretty cool. But I feel like a good action game is like 8 to 10 hours. Then after that, I feel like I'm good. It's rare that I play an action game that I want to play more. Have you already put in that much time, or how much do you think overall it's going to be?
I'm booting up my save game right now. I also wouldn't call this an action game because there's definitely enough RPG elements that like when it comes to upgrading and like the feel of it, but it is definitely like, yeah, it's got some action elements. Hold on, I'll bring it up. Oh, the intro's so cool. I just want more people to play it. Sorry, I'm trying to do this at the same time.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I'll have to check it out. I mean, it seems like something I might enjoy. I'll see if it's on sale or something. And I haven't really had it on my radar because it's been a while since you talked about it. And at the time, I was like, okay, it sounds fine. But now that you're talking more about it, you're kind of getting me interested.
Oh, it doesn't show me the time on it for some reason.
Yeah, that's fine.
Anyways, it's really cool. The only thing I will say, one con is that they have these things called void challenges, which means you go into a little void and try to do a certain thing by a certain time. I don't like those and I don't need them, and they actually don't fit with the story. So I also, similar to the button thingy with the sister, I don't think that you need those void challenges in this game because the story is actually pretty compelling. And there's a lot of lore.
Do you have to do them, or is it like optional?
No, you don't have to do them. So
okay.
I've skipped them now. That's it.
Yeah.
So anyways, I just want people to check it out. That's my positive review, Soulstice. Some positive for the negative to even us out.
Right.
Check it out.
Check it out. And just as an FYI, it's Soul like spirit, like Soulstice. And I believe it's on both PC, Switch, and... No, I'm sorry. PC, PlayStation, and Xbox. I don't think it's on the Switch. So there you go.
Okay, check it out.
All right, check it out. Okay, let me get back to my...
Let's get back to
bummers
some
here.
negative.
So this one is really interesting, and I feel like it's so close to being cool, but not quite. It's called Drago Noka, DRAGO NOKA, 2 words. It's an awesome idea. I just feel like it needs a little bit of a nudge or something. So basically the concept is you are a person living in a small farming village. This is like 16-bit top-down, kind of like Stardew Valley kind of graphics. You've got like your house, and you got some tools, and you collect resources and build stuff. There's a crafting table, you farm stuff. That's all pretty par for the course. But the hook to this is that your village is on the back of a giant turtle monster. And in this world, there are a bunch of other monsters that are also wandering around as well. And so you've got this village. You need to like get this village going to support people on the back of this monster. And then like the monster kind of just does his own thing, and he'll wander into the territory of another monster. Sometimes it's just like an effect where like for example, one of the first monsters you meet is like this giant sea monster. And we're talking like huge, like Godzilla, even bigger than Godzilla size, right? And so your village on the back of this turtle wanders into the sea monster area, and what happens is you start getting rain all the time because that sea monster just gives off the water vibe. And so like your crops don't need to be watered while you're in that zone. If you keep going, and I'm not quite sure if you can steer the monster or not. I don't think you can, but maybe you can. But if you keep going, you will eventually have a fight, and like you will actually have like a giant battle between these two giant monsters with your village on his back. I'm like, that's awesome. That sounds like so fucking fun and cool. So that's what got me in, because I like kaiju, as I mentioned earlier in the show. And, I like a farming game when it's done pretty well, if it's cute and small and fun. But the kaiju thing was really what got me. And it needs a nudge because it's so slow to start, and it's so in-depth, and it's so murky. Like, for example, when you start, you're like an amnesiac, and it's like, I don't want to be an amnesiac. I need you to tell me about this world, right? I need to know what's going on. I'm more interested in about these monsters battling and surviving than I am about your backstory as an amnesia person. So that was kind of a bummer. And I put in about maybe like 3 hours or so. And like a lot of the things they don't explain, they start you off and you think you know how things work just because it looks like so many other games. But you quickly find out that it's not exactly the same. Like the farming doesn't work like you think it would. Crafting doesn't quite work like you think it would. And like their menus and their UI was so weird. Their button choices are really strange, and sometimes they even change the buttons. Like you go into a menu, you've got like a Minecraft type hotbar. To select one, you push one button, but then to actually sign it, you push a different button. And I was constantly like pushing the wrong button and going back on the other one, and one is confirm and one is not confirm, and it just was kind of a mess. Like it just needed to be cleaned up. But then they'll give you like a bunch of these objectives, and they just tell you to do them. Like, someone's sick, get the medicine. Oh, okay. Like, how? What do I do? Like, where does medicine come from? I have no idea. I don't see a medicine store. There's no medicine on the ground. I don't have medicine on me. Where the fuck am I supposed to get medicine? And it's like, do a spin. I'm like, do a spin? What the fuck are you talking about? Do a spin? How do I spin? So I just like, I get on the D-pad and I spin my person around. That doesn't help. What am I supposed to do? It's like, jump. I'm like, how, bitch, how? Like, they don't tell you anything. So the tutorial is really, like, lack of tutorial is really busted. And it was just grind. It was like, build this house, do this thing. I'm like, man, get me to the good stuff first. Like, hook me before you start drowning me in all this, like, busy work that every other game can do, right? So I stumbled and fumbled. I got really frustrated. I wanted to see some big monsters. I wanted to see some action. And it's just like this mess of, like, crafting and farming. And about, like, 2.5 hours after I was playing, I discovered that there's a menu deep buried in the menus that tells you exactly what you're supposed to do. But it didn't, like, just tell me that. Like, so, like, to do the spin, you had to, like, grab a person, hold A, and then, like, push this other way, and then that does it if you do it 10 times in a row. Okay, cool. I could have done that 2 hours ago. You should have just told me that, right? Or to jump, you got to, like, push on this thing, push A, and then your character will hop over it. I didn't figure that out. I didn't even really need to jump. I could just walk around. Like, there was no need to jump. How would I figure that out? Get the medicine. Oh, you got to get the crafting stone, and then you find the mushroom, and then you blend it up with this elixir. Okay, how would I have known? I would have known that. You gotta help me out. So I found that menu, which should have been front and center, should have been the first thing they show you, and they should have popped up them tooltips. If you didn't figure it out in 3 minutes, the tooltip should have popped up. Like, help a brother out here, okay? So, like, I just spent so much time being frustrated and bogged down in the crafting and trying to figure out how to build the walls of the house and trying to farm. And I didn't really get to any of the cool monster stuff. And I was like, this is just really, really frustrating and really not optimized. The person who put this together clearly had a lot of love for this game. They clearly had a good vision. And I'm on board with the vision. I think the vision's great. But they did not communicate that vision well. They did not get me in as a player. They did not show me their ideas in an appreciable way. The pacing was really off. I mean, I didn't get to do anything cool in like the first 3 hours. And I was just like, I need some kind of hook to keep going on this. Otherwise, there's a million other games that are literally just like this that I could play. I could go play Stardew Valley, who does a much better job. I could go play Graveyard Keeper, which does a way better job than this. And it's way more interesting, Like, you got to get me in.
Yep.
So it was just really frustrating. And I really was bummed because you watch the trailer and you're like, oh, dude, village, kaiju, battles. Like, this looks cool as shit. And you get into it and it's just like, oh, I'm exhausted and frustrated. So
yeah, we see it all the time. It's implementation and it's hook, and you gotta wanna keep doing it. And it reminds me of things like a good movie or a good series premise, where you watch a trailer and you're like, oh, I'm all in, and then it's like the execution of it is not what you want. It doesn't hook you.
Yeah, I just need developers to realize that, like, we are not in your head, and you may have the most amazing vision in your head, and you probably do, right? But like, I can't get inside your head. You need to get that vision out in a way that other people can appreciate. And that's really the hard part, right? That's the difficulty of getting your ideas out, making sure they're clear, approachable, digestible, communicate those things. And that's when we really become like a part of your vision and really can appreciate it. If you just throw it out there and expect us to kind of fight and claw and scratch our way to get inside your vision. I mean, as I said a million times, there's like 85,000 other games that are fighting for my attention. And if this one doesn't even get the beginning part right, I'm not going to stick around to see if it gets better later on. Like, you got to help me out. So. That's
the third time I did that.
Yeah. Okay. Let me give you one more.
Wait, do I get another bam?
You do. I got a bad one. I got a good one. So we're gonna do two more. So the bad one, Lone Ruin. This is a new isometric roguelike action game. It's kind of like a twin stick shooter, where left stick is move, right stick is aim. You play a little wizard person, and you get various magic powers, and they get assigned to the shoulder buttons because they always want your thumbs on the stick. They never want you to take your thumbs off, because you constantly have to like aim and stuff. It's got a cool look to it. Like, there's a lot of purple and dark shapes. And like, when you look at screenshots, you're like, oh, that looks pretty stylish. Like, the pixel work is pretty cool. But as you're playing it, I had a lot of problems with it. So number one, I think visibility is not great. The isometric perspective is kind of difficult, semi-isometric. And so I sometimes couldn't tell like what was an edge that I could fall off and what was a stairs and what was where can I walk and where can I not walk. So that wasn't working for me really well. Like if you're going to do a game like this, that's really intense twin stick shooter ish, visibility's got to be key. You got to know what you're doing at all times.
Well, just to that point, like I'm looking at the trailer or some gameplay and it's like super purple and dark.
Yeah. It's really purple.
So you're like, what's the purple that I can stand on?
Yeah, it's kind of too monochromatic in that way, and I feel like that was where like a still shot of it looks kind of neat, but in the first section, like all the areas look the same, and it's really hard to differentiate what's going on. The other thing that I had that kind of took me by surprise, and I kind of questioned, is that you get swarmed by enemies in this game, like bats and worms and spiders or whatever. They'll kind of appear and rush towards you, but they also shoot at you, and that doesn't sound, I guess, too strange talking about it here on the show, but as you're playing it, it has a tremendous effect on gameplay because in a game like this, you're usually dodging enemies and maintaining distance and shooting back at them. And you're usually like dealing with a swarm. That's all true. But not only are you swarmed, they're also shooting back at you and they shoot really fast. And so every enemy, basically you have to dodge twice, like dodge them and dodge their bullet. I'm trying to communicate how difficult that is, but I found it to be extremely difficult and I felt it to be too much. I think the developer was a little bit overzealous. And maybe they tuned it to their own liking a little bit too much. I mean, maybe that would be fine for a later level. But I find that usually the best kind of twin stick shooters give you a difference between enemies that shoot and enemies that rush you. They don't usually do both. And when you got one that does both, that's actually really difficult and not fun. So that was a problem. I also found that I died on a run and I got sent back. And it was like I had to watch the opening cutscene again. And like literally nothing, there was no permanence, nothing continued. I didn't level up in any way. It wanted me to upload a high score and that was it. And I'm like, well, okay, I guess. I mean, I'm not really a score chaser, but I was kind of hoping there'd be a little bit permanence, a little bit of progression like we talk about in modern roguelikes. That's what we really like. I didn't find any of that. And I found it really irritating that I watched that fucking cutscene again. I died a couple more times, didn't make it to the end of the run. From what I can tell, it seems like they want you to get through 3 big sections and then maybe, I don't know, end of the game, or maybe there's a new section, or I don't know. I only made it about 2/3 of the way through, and the bosses were kind of tough. Felt like a little bullet spongy, and it's interesting because I got to the end of that. You didn't get anything. You didn't have any progression, and then I think on the 3rd or 4th run, the whole thing crashed on me. Like I got white screen. The entire switch turned white, and then it was like, I was like, wait, is this a story thing? Is my character
a cutscene?
Yeah, is the cutscene starting? Is my spirit reincarnating? Like what's? Oh no, it's just a bug. It crashed. So, I didn't have a very good time with Lone Ruin. I think it looks cool in videos and trailers and screenshots, but as I played it, I'm like I'm not quite sure what they're going for, but the really quick, high difficulty, score chasey, no progression roguelike is not something that I think I'm in the market for.
Yeah, so. I'm so far out. When you said no progression, I'm so far out. And it sucks because I'm looking at it and it does look really fucking cool. It's like a perfectly shareable GIFs and images and videos.
Yeah.
And because there's a dash that I like, it looks pretty cool and fun.
There's a dash.
But yeah, man, if it's just like go through and try to beat it, I'm out.
Yeah,
I'm so far out.
Yeah, I mean, maybe there's more to it, but I didn't see anything else. Nothing clued me that there might be more to it than that, what I saw. So, yeah, I'm out too. So, Lone Ruin, that is a no-go for me. One more. This is a good one, though. I'm going to start. I got a good one, finally.
Wait, do you have any other games after this?
I have one more game after this, yes.
Wait, how many games do I have? I have
you have
2
2 more.
games. Okay, got it. Just sorry.
No, no worries. Vampire Survivors. We talked about this maybe last week or the week before. They put out a brand new DLC, and I mentioned it a while ago. It's like $2.
Yep.
And I'm not sure if it's. I guess I'm confused because my wife went to go. I told her about it. She went to go download it, and she just got it. Like she didn't have to buy it. So I guess I'm confused. I thought it was $2. Maybe it's free. I'm not sure because she definitely didn't buy it, but she got it, and I'm not sure how she got it. So I don't know.
I'll go to mine in my library right now and see if I can just get it.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Maybe it's free. Maybe it's $2. Either way, it's affordable. But basically, I dove into it this time around. I got through about half of it. I think it's the same old good ass Survivors stuff that you like. You get a character, you get your power ups, you kind of survive. Single stick shooter. It's all good stuff. It has an Asian theme to it, where the characters you get definitely look like they're kind of Asian in terms of like their hairstyles and their clothing. One person has a sword that's kind of like the Muramasa, or maybe even the Masamune, where it's like you attack guys, but it costs you life when you attack people. The next character has a bunch of cherry blossoms that are falling, obviously playing off of like Japanese cherry blossoms, and those kind of circle around you. The next person has like the 4 seasons. I don't know, implying kind of a harmonious nature sort of a thing where it'll be like winter, spring, summer, fall, but there are like explosions of seasons on your screen, and like wipes out these giant areas of enemies. It's really cool. It's just, it's nothing new. It's nothing that changes how you play the game, but it does add a bunch of new characters. It adds a bunch of new evolutions for weapons. There are some new unlocks to get. So if you want more Vampire Survivors, and I think most people probably do because it's awesome, for either free / $2, this is a great add-on. I'm having a great time with it. Again, doing like I did before, 1 or 2 runs a day, 15-20 minutes here, 15-20 minutes there. It's great. It's just good stuff, man.
It's called Mount Moonspell. Is like
Yes.
it's their largest map ever, they said, and it's the actual DLC is called The Fall of Moonvale. So it's the Eastern Lands.
There you go.
Then all these new characters and stuff. It looks cool, and the map is massive. So,
Yeah.
by the way, I think I told you that I had Vampire Survivors early access.
You did, yeah.
So I went into my library just now, and even though it's in my library, it says buy Vampire Survivors.
What? It didn't upgrade it like the full version?
Oh no, I'm sorry. It says buy Vampire Survivors Legacy of Moonspell. So like I have to buy the DLC.
Okay, so you need to buy it then. Okay.
I don't think I have everything. Yeah.
That's weird.
Okay,
I don't
it
know.
looks cool.
Yeah, it's cool. It's good stuff. Either way, $0 or $2. It's not a big commitment either way.
Oh,
but
yeah.
You want more Vampire Survivors? This is it. Good stuff. Good stuff.
Check
All right, back to you.
out.
Absolutely check it out. Carlos, Kandria or Kandria? Kandria?
I don't know. None of us know.
We don't know.
No one will ever know.
No one will ever know. Kandria. We were provided a code for this for the purpose of talking about here on the show, which we're doing right now in real time. But I know literally nothing about this one. So why don't you fill us in, sir?
Yeah. And by the way, just for what you say, transparency is how you say it. For transparency, whenever we do get the potential to get codes, maybe 95% of the time, I get a code specifically for this show. I chose it. Like, I'm like, I see something about this game. I really, really want to play it. I think you do too, obviously. But like, you don't want to go into a game that you don't like. But I definitely like. I'm usually pretty damn excited about. You know what I mean? Each game, even if we get a code for it.
You're kind of self-selecting the titles that you want. Like at Game Critics, we don't force anybody to play a game they don't want to play. So
Right.
anytime you or me or anybody at the website covers a game, it's because they wanted to. Like I never
Right.
force anybody. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that's the blanket statement for all of us is what I'm saying. So anyways, that's why I found this, and I was like really excited, and then we had the opportunity to get a code. But yeah, what is it? It is a 2D, I guess it's an action-adventure game. There is still like upgrading and stuff. I think we should probably have a whole episode just like what is an RPG because
Oh my god, that's like 9 episodes, dude.
I know. I wouldn't call it an RPG at all. It's an action-adventure story-based game, but with some farming and harvesting elements.
Are we talking like a kind of a 2D platformer style game or what are we-
2D, pixelated graphics. Side view. Running up and down. Metroidvania, in a way. Like the stages are, you go left to right, go to next stage, go up and down, a lot of vertical stages. You have a map. It looks like Metroidvania, right? You can see all the different, places you've been to. The two really cool things are, one, yes, you do have an attack. So you have a light attack and a heavy attack. You can upgrade your sword. You have a sword. And then there is the ability to basically go anywhere from the beginning. So unlike Metroidvania, where you areas are locked out because
Right.
you can't get to them.
Gotta get the double jump.
Yeah, you can go anywhere from the beginning, which I like. So it's kind of got that, I guess you want to call it open world feel. So who are you and what is the game? The game is you are an android, a woman android that is found by a group of people, and they bring you back to their camp, and you're in a post-apocalyptic world where all these buildings are destroyed. There's not many people left, and there's 2 factions, and you're part of one faction. And guess what? You're warring with the other faction because, of course, people.
What else would you do?
Humans. Am I right or am I right? Anyways, there's also like rogue androids and stuff, so you have to fight them. And I'm sure there's other like enemies. I've encountered them. But the whole gameplay loop is you're the android who's been found, so you have like these cool abilities, and you're going to go and help the people that you are in camp with to go do things that they can't do. You know, you're going to go to explore the whole map and try to find a new home for them and fight monsters and get shit. So as you go out and do that, again, wherever you want to go, anytime you want to go, there's quests and side quests, but you can just kind of pick where you want to go. That freedom is really fun, especially in a game like this, which is like a 2D Metroidvania style. I'm usually, you know, locked out of areas. Or we've talked about it before, even with like, what's the game that you love that I gave you, the color one? Colors of Greed. Nope.
Grime, yeah. Color of Rot. Like, you know, you can't get to certain areas. You can't do certain things. Yes.
This is just, do whatever you want. And then, you know, if you die, you die, but just try to pull it off. And there's this the ability of, like, you can climb the walls, which is not like, I don't mean like platforming where you jump against the wall, but like you actually climb it. And that takes stamina, which is interesting.
That's a nice change.
Yeah. You can jump and dash in the air, and you need that for puzzles. And yeah, all of it just feels really good. Like all the controls handle really well. And then there's a couple of downsides is that a couple of the kind of dangers in the world, if you hit them, it's instant death. And I don't think they even needed that. I don't know why they even have that. Because when you're fighting bad guys or monsters or whatever, you can like get hurt, you know. But for some reason, some of the spiky things just kill you.
Yeah.
And that's, I think, a misplaced thing.
An unnecessary hazard, huh?
Yeah, it doesn't really feel like it adds anything. And so last night I was like just trying to get back to camp, and I was just eating shit for like 12 times in a row because I couldn't do this jump, you know.
What happens when you die? Do you get like a checkpoint? You get sent back in a few minutes, or what?
It goes back like a little bit on the map somewhere, but it was enough to bother me. You know what I mean? I was like, I have to do that 4 jumps or 5 jumps in a row now.
Sure.
Minus that, there's other things like harvesting. Like literally, you're going and finding like resources. You're doing some fishing, so there's like a little chill element to it. You mentioned Terraria earlier. You know, it's got kind of a vibe at that time. Mm-hmm. Because you're just exploring, you know, and just doing shit. And like they said, you can do it whenever you want in any order. So right now I'm like looking for mushrooms or something. But then if I find some bad robots, I'll kill them. And like they said in the description, you could just like go anywhere at any time. So you keep going and you might find a lake. And all of a sudden you're like, what's this lake about? Oh, I can upgrade this thing. So I just like the openness of it. The other thing I'll just say though is, and I don't know if it's a warning or whatever, but... well, because I have a tangent that will go on next show.
Okay, all right.
Which again, I'm foreshadowing next show a lot. But there's kind of like a couple of the guy I think just the main guy in town like doesn't like the robot, and he's like really mean to her, or you know, her/you, you're the character.
Sure. Yeah.
And I don't know what you want to call it. I'm not gonna put a label on it, but it's like bad. Like he's really mean to her.
Like, is it offending you, the player? Like, you feel like it's going too far?
No, it's not going too far, but it's like, okay, I'll just use the word bullying. You know, it's like he's being mean for no reason. Mm-hmm. Like, just because he doesn't trust the robot, I guess. That does happen in, like, movies and books and stuff. But he's just being a fucking asshole, you know? And they do let the, you know, your character respond with snarky comments back if you want. You could just be, like, nice, or you can be like, fuck you, dude, you know, kind of, in a way.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I like that they gave that option, but he doesn't stop, man. He hasn't stopped yet, and I've been playing that game for a little while. He's like just a real dick, and I don't know. It's just weird. Again, it's not a super negative, but it's like it's just a little jarring because it doesn't really seem to add anything, and he's just super mean. So, anyways, besides that, I really like it, and I think it's a relaxing game because I never feel like I'm, you know, rushing or there's a time limit or I have to go do this thing that I can't beat, you know? And I don't know, maybe later it like, you know, hones in and goes like, okay, now you got to do these 3 quests. But yeah, what were you going to say?
I mean, this sounds great. No, I was going to say, this sounds great. I mean, it sounds like something I would totally play. You're on PC right now, is that correct? Yeah. Okay. If this came to like, you know, PlayStation or Xbox or Switch or something, this sounds like something I would like to play. I like the idea of an open world kind of exploring with an Android and everything. I mean, that's it. It sounds like a lot of cool elements that would come together, and it seems like you're generally having a good time with it.
Yeah, I mean, in general, I'm going to keep playing it because it's, like I said, it's kind of a relaxing thing. Like, it doesn't make me freak out or, you know, be upset or anything like that. I just feel like I just go in and do it at my own pace. Yeah. That's what it is. It's like a Metroidvania at your own pace.
Okay.
And so, yeah, I'm going to keep doing it. And I want to, like, prove that asshole wrong. It's like my number one mission in this game is to be like, yeah, either punch that guy at some point or just change his mind. Probably just change his mind.
I'm guessing you're probably going to change his mind.
Yeah,
although,
he'll be
man, I don't know. In real life, I don't think that works very often.
Right, I know. Is this real life or is this a video game? Well, it's a video game, but also we are in a video game, but that's another thing. I know some point he's going to be like, all right, robots aren't that bad.
Yeah,
you know?
Exactly right, yeah. Cliche.
So anyways, it's really fun. It's a pleasant surprise, and I had seen the trailer earlier, so I'm glad I'm playing it.
All right, that is Kandria, K-A-N. Is that your name of your robot? Is that why they call it that?
Oh, I don't know why they call it that. I'm sorry. I don't think that's your name either.
Oh,
so
okay. Well, they call it
know.
K-A-N-D-R-I.
I should look it up because I don't like not knowing. Hold on. Kandria, explore a ruined open world. No, that doesn't have the name of it either in it.
All right, well, we'll figure it out. All right, Kandria on PC. Seems like a win.
It's a win. Check it out.
Check it out. All right. Let me talk for a minute about Weird West. I think we maybe talked about this a while ago. Did you play it or did I play it?
Oh, my goodness. We've done too many episodes. So we've talked about this at least 3 times on the show.
No, we haven't. Three times?
Have, I think, at least.
I know I started it, but I didn't finish. I didn't finish it, though.
You know me. I brought the show, I think, first.
You played the PC version,
probably. The PC version, yep, 100%. And then you talked about, I think, before?
I did once, but I only got, I didn't even finish the first section of it.
Okay, so this would be our third time talking about it.
Okay, third time. That makes sense. So this was something that I do remember talking about it before, but I didn't get too far. This is a top-down action game. It's it's not really turn-based at all. It's really like a real-time, but there are some strategic elements to it. You play in a fictional version of the Old West where it's cowboys and Native Americans and horses and towns and gold mining, but there's also zombies and werewolves and occult stuff and ghosts and whatever. So I'm a huge fan of supernatural Western. It's a very small niche. Not many people dabble in that niche, whether we're talking about books or comics or movies or games. There's not just a lot, just for whatever reason, people just don't do that genre very much. Subgenre, but I think it's one of my favorites. I love when it's done well. And we don't get those very often. So Weird West was on my radar. I played the first couple hours of it when I brought it to the show the first time, and I really liked it, but I didn't have time to really dive into it. But now that we got done with Game of the Year and we got done with 2022, I had a minute to breathe. And I'm like, I really liked Weird West. I really want to come back to it. I really want to explore it some more and play some more of it. So I did. I finished the entire game.
Oh, really?
Yeah, this week. So basically, there's more to it. There's more to it than I thought there was going to be, and there's also less, which is kind of a weird mixed bag. I think overall I really liked it, but I think there's a lot of opportunities for it to be enriched, and I really hope that they do something with it. So let me give you some examples. Basically, and I don't think it's a spoiler to say this because the game's been out for quite a while, in Weird West, you don't play one character, you play 5 characters. So the first one that you play, you're a lady gunslinger whose family gets attacked, husband gets kidnapped, child gets shot, which is a really fucking brutal opening, by the way. Fucking brutal. And you go out for revenge like you do in a classic Western. You meet people in town, you get a horse, et cetera, side quests and all that. But then after you get done with her story, and I didn't finish her story the first time. I was actually really close, and I didn't realize how close I was. If I had played one more session, I would have finished her story. But after that, you go into the body of a pig man. There's this witch who's creating these cobbled together masses of flesh that are kind of men with pig heads on them. And then that was a really interesting story. After that, you go to one of the Native American people, and then you go to a werewolf, which was interesting, and then you go to a witch, the very last one. So you got to go through all these. I'm not going to spoil anything, but there is a story that binds them all together. So I think it's cool that you have little vignettes, little bits of flavor. So I think that kind of works pretty well. And I think that the variety is pretty cool. Unfortunately, I think that this game was developed by some people, I believe, who came from Arcane Studios, I think.
That sounds right, yeah.
Yeah, I think they came from Arcane Studios, who they did Dishonored and stuff like that, kind of the immersive simulator stuff. And I think at the heart of Weird West, there's a little bit of a conflict. I think the basic conflict is that the developers want to have kind of an immersive sim experience where there are systems, there's physics, right? There's if you kick over a barrel of oil and then you light it on fire with your bullet, it it catches fire, and then that oil and that fire will spread, and physics kind of takes over, right? Or like you're on top of a roof, and if someone's on the roof, you like knock them off the roof and they'll fall. Or you can climb up on these other places that you think you might not get to by stacking a barrel, and because the game has barrel physics, you can get a barrel of water and stack it somewhere and then climb on top of that and get on top of a roof that you wouldn't ordinarily have gotten to. So they kind of want to have like all these systems, a lot of AI systems too, where enemies act a certain way, animals act a certain way when you do a certain thing, which I think is all well and good in some situations. Now, I've heard a lot of people say they thought that third person was a mistake for this game. I disagree. I think that third person is great for this game, but I will say that I don't think having it be a real-time game and having these physics systems really does what they think it does. For example, I was kind of poking at the edge of this. Like you sometimes get to these rooms or areas where there's a lot of like bandits, and they're gonna overpower you. So you got to somehow, get the drop on them. And let's say that there's like like I said, a barrel of oil on a ledge somewhere. You kick it over and you're like, okay, haha, I'm going to drop his oil down there and then I'm going to shoot it. And yeah, you might be able to do that if you get the drop on him. Nobody sees you coming. You can get that done. But the minute somebody sees you, all of those strategic physics, weird procedural stuff, that all goes out the window.
Yeah.
Because it just goes into like a shootout every single time. Does that happen to you too?
Yeah, I was just going to say that's the same thing. Like I love what they wanted to do, and what they do sometimes. Meaning like you said, if it's a perfect situation, or like in the very beginning, there's like some scripted stuff, right?
Yeah.
Basically, It feels like scripted, where it's like, hey, do this and you'll kill all these people. But later on, it's just like, okay, you're just going to shoot everybody.
Yeah.
Because that's really like the main thing you have to do. Yeah.
Yeah. And each character has a variety of powers. Like, the werewolf has different powers than the pigman, has different powers than the cowboy lady. But I felt like most of the powers just didn't really have a lot of oomph to them. In fact, most of the time, I felt like my best bet was just shooting it out. And that's fine, I guess. But I think the inherent problem with this is that when you have a real-time system that's so focused on combat and so many enemies all the time, like you just don't have the ability to do that. You just can't really. That's more of a strategic thing. That kind of reminds me of like what is that one game that came out a while ago? It was really popular. Top-down RPG. You had two characters. Oh, I can't remember what it is. It was really popular. But that was a turn-based system where you had the exact same thing. You had like the barrels of acid, barrels of oil, fire, wind, electricity, whatever. And because it was turn-based, you could really strategize like, oh, okay, well, I'm paused, and I can see that there's a pool of water, and I have to push this guy in the water. Then I hit him with a lightning spell. Then it zaps him, that kind of thing. You can do that stuff in a turn-based environment, but it just does not work well in a real-time environment where you're getting your ass blasted off every 5 seconds.
Well, let me put an asterisk on that because there's two tangents. One, it can work well. And also, me specifically, I actually like the real-time in this because I feel like it is very vibrant and very like it feels realistic, with barrels smashing and you going through windows and stuff. But
sure. That part is cool. Yeah, I agree.
But it always comes down to AI and the NPC behavior, because if they default to just advancing on you and shooting, then it's just going to turn into a shootout. So that's the thing. Yeah. But my voice is leaving me. I don't know what happened. Okay, it's back. But there's a book I always bring up in this podcast. And the book is about a fictitious game that doesn't exist, but it uses a lot of the things that you're seeing in Weird West, which is what we just talked about, like barrel, smash barrel, do this, have this thing hit this thing, and then see how the game plays out, meaning like it's really going to be different each time. So I don't know. I think that like it can be done well, because I wouldn't actually like it as much in a turn-based environment. Yeah. But you're 100% right in the fact that it kind of devolves, basically, I think, in this game.
Yeah, every situation devolves. And maybe it can be done well. Maybe it doesn't have to be turn-based. But I think something that this game could probably do is do more scripted elements. I feel like they built a lot of cool systems and they had a lot of cool ideas, and they're kind of putting it all in a big barrel and shaking it up and hoping that something cool comes out. But I think they really needed to like be a little bit more intentional in some of their designs. For example, when you look at the map, there's like 75 different locations or something you can go to, like a lot, right? Mm-hmm. I didn't even go to them all, but there was like no reason to, because a lot of them are just, I don't know. I don't think they're procedural, but they all kind of look cookie cutter. Like they're the same. And when you go to them, like you're just kind of doing the same thing over and over. Like there's not really any reason to explore, because You're having the same interactions. There's not very many cool scripted moments that pop up. Even a lot of the side quests feel pretty cookie cutter and the same, where they're relying on like the system to kind of like give you your unique experience. And I wish that they would have like had more writing, had more specific characters, had more situations where something interesting was likely to happen because they're nudging you that way, right? Like you know, just something where they want you to do it a certain way, but you don't have to, but you could. But to set up more cool moments, there just wasn't a lot of cool moments. I think also it's really busted because there's no incentive to explore because there's no rewards. Like you get the same kind of gun like a million times. Like you get like the blue 3-star gun a million times. And the millionth time you get this, you're like, why am I even searching these barrels? Why am I searching these chests? I'm not getting anything cool. Like there's not anything unique or nothing where you're like, oh, this totally changes how I play, or oh my god, this gun's way better than what I got. Like it's always just like, oh, one more of those things. Gonna scrap that and sell it for 2 gold back at town. Like yeehaw. Like it's just, there's not a lot of rewards, not a lot of variation in what you're doing, which really sucks the incentive out of exploration. But I think the thing that really hurts it more than anything, the number one thing that I think they really missed the boat on, was that regardless of having all these systems, you needed to have more character. And I think that there are examples out there of games that do a lot of systems heavy stuff, but also have a lot of character. I mean, I think Dishonored is probably one of those. And also, what was it? Sword of the Samurai, Sword of the Shogun. It's one by Me Productions. I can't remember. Blade of the Samurai, Blade of the Shogun. It's like the exact same game as this, but turn-based, and lots of systems. But they also have tons of character. And I'll give you an example. So you go to the same town. Grackle is the main town in this game. So no matter which of the 5 characters you're on, that's always your main town for like all the shops, everything you need to restock, whatever. You're always coming back to that town. And yet there's not a single memorable character in that town. You get introduced into a sheriff who has a dark secret. You figure out the secret. You can either keep the sheriff there or reveal her secret. But after you solve that question, she's gone. She's not even there.
Yeah.
Like you can't even go back to her. Like at one point I had a partner on a mission. We went our separate ways and my partner ended up going bad. I come back to find that partner in my next playthrough. Excuse me. Because she's got a bounty on her now. And so you have to go hunt her. And you go to meet that person, and it's just like any other random side quest. There's no dialogue. There's no, what happened to you? Why'd you go bad? I don't want to shoot you. Don't make me, like the typical, even the cliche stuff isn't there, right? Like it's really, really low-hanging fruit that they don't get. And I'm just like, I'm so disappointed. And even lower hanging fruit than that is like, you can go back. Let's say, for example, that you've done 3 storylines. You've done the bounty hunter lady, the cowgirl, cowwoman. I don't know what the appropriate term is. The lady, and then you do the pigman, and then you're in the body of the Native American person. You can go back to your previous characters because you are not controlling them anymore, and they can join your party. That's awesome because they've got all the shit that you left them with. They know who you are, and they want to posse up with you. And they're characters that you've buffed up, right? So they're good. You're like, yes, this is amazing. Except they might as well just be any other fucking AI because they don't talk to you. There's no banter. There's no joking or anything. Like look at something like Mass Effect where somebody's on your team and you know that person. Like you do a loyalty quest for them. You joke around. There's quiet moments. They might as well just be a cipher, man. Like there's nothing.
Yeah, they revert back to AI essentially. Like regular NPC.
Yeah, I mean, all this game needs is a couple like really memorable, consistent characters. I mean, I think it would have been amazing if you could have gone back to the general store back in Grackle, your main town, and if that dude had something new to say to you every single time you saw him, or recognized that you were in a different storyline, or anything, talk to that sheriff again after you solve her riddle, that would have been so weighty and so impactful. It would have added so much to this game, so much character, and I would have felt so much more invested. But by the time I got about halfway through, I was like, okay, I'm just picking up the same shit. I'm doing the same types of things. I'm not having any really meaningful character interactions. It's a shame because I feel like Supernatural Western is something we need more of. I feel like there's a lot of good possibilities here, but they're relying too much on systems, and systems don't really sell a game like this in the way that they mean it to. So I feel like ultimately unfulfilled potential.
Let me say a couple of things on it because you're bringing up my old memories of this game. Is that and why I stopped it? My two concerns with it. Well, one is I think these are kind of almost 2 games in one. the thing that it starts with, like the opening, which is kind of gut wrenching.
Oh, it's brutal, yeah.
And then you start seeing the systems, which is like you can pick up anything, and like there's stuff everywhere. And I was just so excited. And like you said, this is why I think it's like 2 games. When you get to the sheriff, which is really soon, you have a kind of a cool moment, a story beat, and you have a decision too.
Yes.
And then you see the action play out too, and you're like, oh, this gunplay is really fun. I was like all in. You know what I mean?
Same.
And then I get to that, well, like there's a crevice area, and you do start learning about the systems you just talked about, and they can tackle it your own way, you know. And it just seems like that. But then, you know, I think one of the first huge kind of maps I got to where it was, you know, have to kill basically everybody on the screen, or like, because you have to, you know, to take one thing, but to get one thing, you have to essentially aggro everybody.
Yes.
And then they're all going to come after you, right? So that's when I started feeling bad. And then secondly, I don't like playing many characters in games, specifically in an RPG like this, where I just wish it was just like the woman and she's going off her revenge from that terrible thing. And it was more of an RPG where you're just leveling her up. You're not thinking about what is controlling her. You know, you have to think of like this other story part. Man, oh man, I would have just loved this, because then it was Weird West. It was like this woman who was in this weird world, which, by the way, has a lot of really cool lore in this game too. Yeah, about the stuff and why it's happening. And then she would just be getting better and stronger, and you could spend time on the story bits. So
I mean, I agree. That would have been great too. And
that
in fact,
was the game I wanted.
I was ready for that. I would have been fine being the bounty hunter lady, cowboy woman at the beginning. That would have been cool. She was a great character. And yeah, I mean, you are right. There's a lot of cool elements. I mean, they just added like this zombie themed new event where zombies come across the West, but it's like you're never saving anybody from the town. Like you zombies come out of the graveyard, you blast them, and they're like, so what? Nothing happened. Like, it didn't mean anything, right? Like, there's no story event where you need to have this siege, this standoff between this army of zombies, and you're saving the townsfolk. Like, it's never happening, right?
Right.
Or like you get a moment where, oh my God, I got my hopes built up so bad. I was going into a town, and a giant fucking silver UFO flies overhead, and I'm like, oh, awesome! This is gonna be awesome. I'm gonna get a ray gun, and I'm gonna meet some aliens, and maybe I'll fly in the ship. Yeah, no, nothing, none of that stuff. It's like, man, there's so many opportunities where you could have built the lore up and it would have meant something. You could have had a scripted scene, or, you know, a story element where I'm saving the townsfolk, maybe do it my own way to use your physics systems. Maybe I can kill the zombies with bullets. I can kill them with the barrel of oil. I can kill them with whatever, drive a herd of buffalo through them or something. Who knows? But still have the character moment, still have the cool reward at the end, because people love rewards, and the rewards are shit in this game. So yeah.
Well, I was going to say, this is the game that I want, which we're describing. This has like a part of the game that I want to exist in the world, which is all these systems, AI that's, you know, smart or whatever. But then the actual like eventuality leads to storylines that are affected by you, right? So say you did smash the thing with the oil, right? And you burned a bunch of people. Then there's some dialogue about that. Right? They go, everybody in town's burned now. You know, like, there's all these burn victims. We had to open up a burn victim unit, you know, or whatever.
Yes. The air is bad now. We can't breathe.
Yeah, like, you destroyed this one thing. All the cows, the crops went bad because of what you did. Like, that is a game I will play to the end of time. That game still doesn't exist. And it's so funny because what I was alluding to earlier, that book, I can't remember the name of it, but it was talking about a fictitious game like that. And that is what I wish this game would be. So, whatever. There's some really good systems in here. And I think whatever they do next, it's called Wolf-Eye Studios. I'm into it. So
yeah, I mean, I feel like they came so close. And in some ways, I feel like this game is just like a trial run for what their next game is going to be. Because I think these systems make sense. They basically work. I get the vision they were going for. And I'm on board. But like, it's missing some really basic key elements that would have taken this game from an interesting bunch of systems to an amazing fucking adventure, you know? So I hope they keep going the direction they go. If they listen to this, I mean, I want them to know that I took the time and played the entire game. I think there's a lot of great stuff here. It just needs a little bit more, you know?
I agree too.
Needs more of a push.
That's why we took so long talking about just now. Cause like we could have just ended the review. And the fact is, I got excited by you talking about it, remembering all these systems, you know, like I had a fun time. I did know about it at some point because of the way that it was structured, which is like 5 different characters. And I really appreciate playing the Native American stuff, but yeah, So there's some good stuff here. I still say check it out.
It is still worth it checking out, and I'm not sure if it's still on Game Pass. It was on Game Pass for a while. It may be there, may not be there, but it's still worth checking out. If for no other reason that we get so few supernatural westerns. Excuse me, I'm choking on my water.
Exactly.
Carlos, you take over for a minute and talk about our final game of the show while I try to silently not die over here.
That's okay. I almost just choked on air earlier. So it's called getting old. Like we talk about this offline. Like we could die at any moment. I think that's what we're saying.
It's really hard getting old, folks. It really is. Oh my God.
Don't do it. I mean, you should do it, but
you should do it, but do it carefully, please.
Okay, so we're going to talk about, weirdly enough, bringing back to the show.
Marvel Take it away, Carlos. I'm choking. Go ahead.
Okay, so you already mentioned the game. Obviously, it's a card game on your phone or wherever you play it. Wait, is it just mobile? It is.
No, it's on PC too.
Oh, PC. Okay. So I'm playing it on my phone. We just went on a trip, which I don't normally play Switch games or phone games, but if I'm on a trip, then I do. And so this is a great one to have on the road. And then also recently, just even taking buses around here locally, I've just kind of brought it up and started playing. So I think the thing is this. It's a card game. It's a battler. We'll talk a lot about the pros and cons, what I thought about it. But in general, I think that I don't need it to be Marvel. Like, I'd actually totally prefer this if this was any other license. Mm-hmm. I'm so Marveled out. So I give two shits about all of my characters. Like, I'll tell you my deck in a minute. I only care about the deck, about what it does. Like, what are the abilities, right?
Yeah.
And maybe how it looks, because there's some cool pixel versions of the card. So I like that, right?
Hate them.
Oh, you hate them? I actually like those. So I just try to evolve or find those. But in general, I don't care that I have the thing, like.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I don't
give
care
two
either.
shits.
Yeah.
Okay, so I would love the developers, I forgot what they're called, but if they could work on this and then just give us different skins, that'd be awesome. Like, just horror elements, I don't know. I don't need that. But
it would work no matter what the license was.
Right. That's actually a positive, saying that the gameplay is fucking great. And so, like you described, you have a deck, and your deck can only be 12 cards, right? 2, 4, 6.
Yeah, it is 12 cards. Yep, which is tiny.
And so you have a ton of cards, but you can only carry 12 in your deck. You can make different decks. And then when you get to the playing field, there's 3 different maps or whatever, 3 different like stages that are on the screen. They unlock as you play the game. Super smart. You've already described all this, I know, last time you talked about it. But for me, it's just super inventive and super smart. Like you said, I think they worked on Hearthstone, which totally makes sense.
Yeah, some of the Hearthstone devs, for sure.
Because you don't know what the other 2 stages are going to be when you first start, so you got to just basically take a guess and either like put your cards down on those stages or put them on the stage that reveals itself. So every time it reveals what that stage is, or it's not really a stage, it's just kind of like an area,
like a location,
a
zone or something.
And you're placing cards down. Your opponent's placing cards down, and you're adding up values and using special abilities. And then whoever has the highest value on each one of those different 3 sections wins the game. But you actually only need 2 highest scores to win, right? You don't need all 3.
So you need to win 2 out of the 3 locations.
2 out of the 3, yeah.
Yes.
Or because I played enough, you can win by tying if you have the higher attack. So essentially, higher total point value. Yeah. So you did a 20 versus 2. They did a 5 versus 4, and then the third one was a draw. You're going to win. The one with the 20 versus 2. That makes sense.
Yes.
Okay. So anyways, that's the gameplay in a nutshell. And it's surprisingly really fucking fun because I don't generally like card games. I don't like a lot of phone games right now. And I don't care for Marvel. But this game's fucking addictive. Like, it's just super, super addictive. I have a couple cons, and then I'll hand it over to you. But
yeah, go for it.
The other pro is that, well, one, I've only lost 5 times. And I've played a fuck ton. So I feel good at it, right? Which makes you feel good, right?
Winning feels good.
Winning feels good. But also, I know why I won. That's a hallmark of a good game. What is it like when you lose? It was your fault, kind of thing.
Sure. You know why you win because you planned well and you executed, and then you won.
Yeah, and you can never tell fully what the other person's going to do. It's just like chess, but you can be good at chess, where you're like, I kind of have an idea what they might do, or you look at the eventuality. So I know I might be describing like all like competitive gaming, but for some reason it just feels like I get why I'm doing well in it. And
you're connecting to the meta. Like, you know how the game is played, you know what the strategies might be, and you feel like you're successfully navigating those, and so you're getting a higher understanding of the game.
Yeah, I think the only couple cons are, one is that to that point, like I know what I'm doing now, but if I get a new card, it should be a fun experience, which it is, but it's definitely going to change my whole plan now, right? So like I have a plan with where Hulk comes in at the end and whatever. You know, I have a certain type of strategy that I'm trying to do. But the minute I get like 3 or 4 more new cards, I might be like, yeah, I'll make a new deck and try it out. But like it does make me like rethink the plan, which I know I'm describing also Magic the Gathering and all other card games where you go, okay, now I'm going to try a whole new deck, right?
Yeah.
So that I just like knowing what I'm doing, and so I have been sticking with one deck. But the only other con is that, like I was telling you in DM or something, is like when you first play, and actually not when you first play, I think all the time, you don't get humans all the time.
No, not all the time. No.
You get bots. And so I'm wondering why they're doing that. So in the beginning, it kind of makes sense because they're probably tutorializing you, right? I'm guessing. And they're like, hey, get good, and then we'll give you real humans. But then I started getting real humans, I think, because they don't tell you, because the name sounded crazier. You know, it's like, and I'm like, oh, that's probably not a bot. But then it was like, the next one was like, Steve.
Yeah.
And it's like, there's no way Steve is not a bot.
Yeah. You get like Steve, and then you get like Butt Lord Joe Mama.
Yeah,
like,
right.
You know,
like,
one
eat
of those
these
is real,
nuts.
one is
Eat these nuts. And I'm like, that's probably not a bot.
Exactly.
But right after Eat These Nuts, John.
Yes.
And I'm like, but why are you doing that? So I'm going to throw that to you first. Do you have any idea why they're doing that?
Yeah, I think it's just because, you know, it's looking to match you up with a round ASAP. And I think just, you know, there may not be a live person available at that moment. They don't want to keep you waiting in a queue for like 7 minutes for the next person to join you. So they could just give you a bot so you don't have to wait more than like 10 seconds to find a match, you know? I think it's just that convenience.
But if it is that, doesn't that say to how many people are playing the game? Because if it's super popular, you like a Fortnite or something even, like sure. I know you're waiting a little bit in Fortnite, but in general, you're not waiting very long in Fortnite. You know what I mean?
Right.
And that's a massive game that's got to load and all this, you know, huge map.
But Fortnite has bots too.
Yes, it does. In some, even just like a regular, like no build battle, like battle royale, they have bots in there.
Oh yeah, they fill them up. If they don't have 100 players, they'll put bots in for the rest. You'll totally see them. I mean, they've been improving the AI, but like you'll see some dude across the lake, and you look at him, and he's building a 1-level wall or whatever, or he's like jumping on a wall.
I never played build, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh,
but yeah.
It's worse in build, but like it's a little bit. There's less for them to fuck up in no build, but like you'll see like a guy like picking up a fruit or something. You're like, what are you doing? What's that idiot doing? Oh, it's a bot. Never mind. He's like easy kills. So
right.
Like,
my friend
I think it's
said
just to
that.
get you the game faster. You know, I think that's all it is.
Yeah, I think I was playing with him the other day, and he was like, "Oh yeah, that's a bot." So I remember hearing that.
Yeah,
yeah.
Okay.
Well, anyways, I guess that happens in these kind of games. It would be nice though to. I guess you can distinguish when the names are totally different, but there are some names that are a little in between, like just like John Silver or something. You're like, I think that might be real. I don't know.
I was going to ask you what your name was, so if I ever come across you, I can make sure to beat you. Like, what is your?
Well, you got to know, don't you know? It's my name.
Is it Onama? I'm guessing it must be.
Yeah, it's Onama.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's what I was looking for. I haven't seen you yet, and mine is GC Brad. So mine is pretty plain too. Like it's not bot plain, but it's not like, you know, Joe Mama or anything like that.
And
either,
you can't, and you Joe Mama, and you can't like choose who you want to fight. You can't like
no, it's just totally
do things with
random,
friends. So
yeah.
So and the other thing that is weird to me is the season. I hate this. It's happening a lot in video games, but this idea of seasons can be really fun. I think of it still as like Netflix shows and stuff, but this season pass isn't a pass. Like you don't buy anything. You can buy something, but like you play through a season pass in this game, right?
There's like multiple. There's a couple different ones.
Yeah, there's missions, which are one thing. There's weekly challenge, daily challenge, all that stuff.
Yeah.
But then there's the season, which I'm in Savage Land, which I think we all are right now, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I'm in chapter 1, but it's bullshit because it's not a chapter. There's no story bits. It's just like win location with 4 cards. And you're like, that's not a fucking season. Also, in season passes, where you're normally paying, like a battle pass or something, you get things from it. You're getting things from this just because you're going to get it anyhow, you know?
So let me ask you a question, then. Let me clarify.
Ahead.
Because I bought the season pass. Because if you do buy the season pass, the first thing you get is you get a card which, as far as I know, you cannot get anywhere else. So like this month or this season, you get Zabu the tiger.
Zabu, Storm, Khazar.
Yeah. So as far as I know, I don't know about the other two. I think the other two are just different skins. But as far as I know, you're not going to be able to get Zabu any other way. Like, you can't just win him anywhere, as far as I know.
Okay.
So that's one thing that you get from the season pass. But let me ask you this, because I popped for the season pass. I got Zabu right off the bat. Everybody gets it as soon as you pay for the season pass. That's fine. But then you go through there's a little tiered rank of rewards, including like the alternate skin Khazar and alternate skin Storm and stuff. And then you get to the very end, you get like another alternate skin of whatever. Are you winning those same rewards? Do you have access to those, or are you not on that track if you don't pay for the season pass?
I hate that I'm super confused right now, and I'm looking at my phone. This is what I'm talking about. It's a little off. There's also, I'll answer that question in a minute, but there's also the collection level.
Yes.
So that's a whole other path that as you like upgrade your cards, you get new shit. Like you get new cards.
That is a totally different path. Yes.
Right. By the way, I'm 118 already on that. What are you on that? Do you know?
Open up my app right now. I'll tell you in a minute.
Okay, collection level.
It's loading.
Collection level, I'm at 118, which I think is a lot because I've been playing so much. And then I can answer your question. On the season pass, there's just so much shit. How do I get to it again? Hold on.
So if you go to the main screen, sorry folks, I know this is really exciting. You go to the main screen, and then the upper left-hand corner says Season Pass. Right?
I went there, yeah.
So when you click, did you pay for Season Pass, or
no? I didn't pay for shit. So I already am at 6. I'm already at 6.
Okay. So you can't. So you're winning that purple stuff on the side.
Yep.
Okay. Okay. So you're on the same path. It seems to me that the only difference with the season pass then must be that you get that extra card.
Such bullshit. That's such bullshit. This is so weird. That's not a pass at all. There's no season. There's nothing. We're both in the same season. Yes. I'm unlocking shit because I'm playing the game, which is cool. But I don't have to do dick all to pay for it. So I'm really confused by this season pass.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I thought only season pass holders had access to that purple area of rewards, but it sounds like you're getting those even though you didn't. So you don't have Zabu then. You never got that tiger, right?
No, I didn't get tiger. But by the way, Zabu, just like I said earlier, it's just a 3 and a 2. To me, it's just a fucking 3 card that does 2 power.
He does a power.
Yeah,
he does something.
He does 4 cards. Looking at it, 4 cost cards cost 2 less. Who cares? Whoop did he do, Zabu?
You got a good deck. That could be a good card. You never know, man.
Maybe
never
that's
the key to your new deck. So I'll bring up a couple things here.
Okay.
I was like you, where I started off having just one deck, and I'm like, I'm going to stick with this one deck. But then I soon got to like different strategies and different mechanics, and because you can only have 12 cards, I've got like 9 decks right now, where I've got one that's kind of focused on moving guys around. I've got one that's focused on using ongoing powers. I've got one that just has a lot of big guys, so you get like high point totals. I've got one that's got little guys. So like I eventually branched out a little bit. So I've got like multiple decks going depending on what the hot location is today, because sometimes some locations will pop up more than others. So
Luke's bar can go to hell.
I love Luke's bar, dude.
Why? Your card always goes back to you.
It's awesome. It's an amazing power. I love Luke's bar.
Wait,
Luke Cage. Yeah.
Why do you use it? Because you can't add totals, because if your card's gone, unless you had 2 cards at once.
No, but then you have so one way you can put a card there is if you summon it with another card, like for example the White Tiger.
Right, yeah, or the Mr. Sinister.
Yeah, exactly. But I don't even use it for that. What I use it for is to trigger on reveal powers. So for example, there's some
abilities.
Cards,
yeah,
the abilities. So like when you flip a card over, some cards will do an action. So one of my favorite ones is that blue guy from Guardians of the Galaxy, where he makes the opponent lose a card out of their hand, right?
Yeah.
That can be devastating, and if you've only got 12 cards to begin with, losing even one is a big deal. So I put him on Luke's bar. He shoots his arrow. The enemy loses a card. You get the guy back. You put him back on Luke's bar. He shoots another arrow. You make him lose like four cards out of 12. That's like a quarter of his entire deck.
Oh, okay. Well, it's because when there's certain cards in the decks that just do the powers, and they have no actual... they have an ability, but they have no power, so they don't do any damage. They're not added to the total. They're like a 0.
Yeah, some are 0, but some have power. The guy I'm thinking of he's like a 2 power.
Okay, because I'm saying like if you put him in Luke's bar, you're not losing anything you don't get any power. But like I've used the one that has like does abilities like to my whole party, like adds points or something.
Yeah,
and then has 0.
Yes.
But then does have to stay there.
Yes.
I think right. They don't return.
Yeah, that would be like
hand.
an ongoing power. Yeah.
All right, well, it's interesting. I see why you're doing it and using it, but in general, I just got frustrated because I was like, I can't add points to this this stage, you know.
But then like go back to White Tiger. I think White Tiger is a great one where like every time you flip her over, she spawns like a 7-point tiger, which is a really high total. So you put her down, she spawns a tiger. Take her back, put her back down. She spawns another tiger. Take her back. She spawns another tiger.
Right.
So instead of having one 7-point tiger, you've got 4 tigers for 28 points, right?
Oh.
So like you're losing her. She has like 1 power, but you're gaining 27 power by all those other tigers, right? So like you just kind of redo it over.
If you have enough energy to use
exactly, yeah,
because you still need energy.
Sure. Exactly.
And this game, the other thing that's positive and negative is that mainly positive is that it's such short games. So
like
it's only
3 minutes or something.
Yeah, they're like
super
six rounds, and each time you're getting more energy. So by the 6th round, you have the 6 energy, which always sucks because you're always like, I want to use this on 3 different things. But unless, of course, you get the special things where like there's an extra round. The other thing that's really cool, I guess the con is that like, yeah, it is so short that sometimes I'm just getting started on my plan, and I'm like, oh, it's over. But the other positive thing is all those stages, we call them. Even though I know almost all what they all do now, they add new ones, which is cool. Like I just saw one today, like that I'd never seen before, and it's still just fun to see how it reveals and plays out, right?
Oh yeah, it's something new every single time.
Every single
time.
You
never know what's going to happen, man.
Yeah.
Like I've had so many games where I'm like, I got this on lockdown, I got it, and then fucking something weird happens in the goddamn like 5th round or 6th round where I'm like, I didn't know that was going to happen. It fucked my whole plan. And like, you know, it's exciting. Like, I mean, I like to win more than I like to lose, but I think it's also fun because it's not the same thing every time. Like you never know what shit someone's going to pull out of their fucking deck and then, or how that's going to interact with the battlefield. And you may think you got it on lockdown and then all of a sudden you don't. Or even sometimes something even better will happen. Like for example, I don't know, have you seen Dr. Octopus yet or not yet?
I haven't. No.
So he costs I think 4 or 5 energy, but he's got like 10 power. So you're like, oh, that's pretty tough. 10 is a lot in this game.
Yeah.
But his ability is that he takes 4 cards from your enemy's hand and immediately brings them to the playfield. So if you feel like your enemy has nothing in his hand, you lay down your Dr. Octopus. He brings out either nothing or like a couple little piddly guys. No big deal. You win. But if your enemy's got a good hand and you don't know that, and you bring Dr. Octopus, he like brings all this shit to the yard. So like it happened to me yesterday. I was about to lose, and this dude drops a Dr. Octopus, and I'm like, oh, thank you, that's amazing, because he's instantly summoned 4 really big guys from my hand that I couldn't have done otherwise. Fucking, he brought it on himself, come and annihilated himself, and he lost that one. I didn't see that happening. I had no idea it was going to happen, and I was about to lose. And instead, it's this holy come from behind surprise victory because you never know how the cards are going to interact, man. It's like it's so crazy.
And you know what's so cool also is that they do build it in. Again, I wish it was any other brand than Marvel, but they build those move sets into the character. Like that, what you just said is really smart because like Dr. Octopus has all those arms, and he would go get things with them. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
They do that really well. Like Mr. Sinister doubling himself, like Morph Guy, you know, morphing into another thing. Like really smart. Like that. Those are just done really well. The other thing is that we're mentioning I forgot the name of the card game, but there's a card game, a real physical card game that does this, which is like it changes the rules all the time. What's that name of that game? Oh my god, it's one word. It's one word. Anyways, so that's what
Monopoly.
No. That's the other reason I think I like it is because it's like that, where it's like, yeah, the stage itself might just change the whole rules. Like all cards are moving to the left. You've seen that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or you have abilities, like some of your abilities are like move everything to the right, you know, and then it changes the whole game because you were just winning this whole stage and now you're not. But for the most part, even with all those randomness, which do make it more fun, I just feel like I really get a handle on it. And I'm blown away that I like it this much. It's ridiculous. What's your number on your collection level?
Oh, I found it. What did you say yours was?
117, baby.
117. I'm at 1,440.
1,000?
I'm 1,440, yes.
You son of a bitch. I was like, I played it for a few days and I thought I was going to get ahead of you. Well, you must have started when this game came out, probably, right?
I think I started like the day after it dropped, and I've been playing, you know, I don't play a ton. I play maybe like 15 minutes a day, maybe 10 minutes a day, something like that. So it adds up over time.
Here's my deck real quick before we leave.
All right.
So I have Electra because she destroys a card.
Electra's great.
And by the way, you gotta have low number cards, which are basically the sometimes weaker cards, because if you're playing this game, there's only 6 stages or 6 rounds, and you have no cards to play, you're screwed, right? So you've got to have some low numbers cards.
The magic of deck construction, right? How many low power cards? How many high power cards?
Yeah. Then I got a Hawkeye. Then I got Medusa because I like her. She goes right in the middle. Mr. Sinister because he doubles himself and he's still low cost. Mr. Fantastic, you kind of have to have him because he boosts up the sides of your cards, adjacent cards. Mm-hmm. Punisher because Punisher. Namor, by the way, won me a whole match the other day because if you put him just on one stage by himself, he can just double his power.
Yeah, that's great.
And that literally won me the game. I got Thing. I usually have a lot of heavy hitters. So I have Thing. I have Iron Man to double the points. I have Abomination.
Yeah.
Onslaught. And then Hulk is my winner. I mean, Hulk wins. He's got 12 power. And he just wins me games.
He's really good. Yeah. I hate Onslaught, man. I've lost so many games to Onslaught where he comes out in the 6th round and I'm like, fuck!
Double
the one
your
card
other
that
ongoing
me.
effects. Yes.
It's so many times when it's the one card that could fuck me, and then that's the card that the guy has. So that's
I have him.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of really good utility cards. I mean, I think Agent 13 is really good because she just gives you a random card in your hand, and so sometimes it's something amazing, sometimes it's something dumb, but it's always nice to get a little randomness there. Iceman, I think, is really, really good. Yondu is really good.
Oh yeah, Yondu is good.
Yeah, I mean, White Tiger is really good. Spider Woman, I mean, one of my favorite cards of the entire game.
Oh, because she does that sticking thing. I used her before for that.
Yeah, she's
she
great.
Stops people from using something, right?
No, that's Spider Man. Spider Woman is the one where she shows up. She's got 7 power, so she's already pretty beefy as it is. But then she subtracts 1 from everybody's power on the opposite side, they all take a hit, which is really good. So Ironheart is really good. She'll give a little boost to people. I mean, it just depends. I mean, there's so many cards. And like you said yourself, I mean, I fully agree with you. This game would absolutely work, whether it was a horror theme or whether it was the Smurfs or whether it was anything. This game is just so fun mechanically. You could stick any skin on this. I would still love it just as much. I'm fine with Marvel because I'm not tired of Marvel, but I get that some people are. But if this was, I don't know, baseball players, or if it was anything, it could
not
be anything.
Baseball players for me, but go ahead, continue.
Whatever. I mean, the point being, it could be literally any skin. It could be Transformers. It could be, I don't know, Steven Universe. It could be anything, and it would still work just as well because at the heart of it, the mechanics just are fucking airtight, dude. They're really good.
So let's leave this review by mentioning the shop for a second, because, like you said in your first review, it's not good. It doesn't seem to make any sense. For one,
the monetization, it's stupid. God.
So to finish up the season pass thing, I just noticed that there are some things that I am locked out of. So there's a column.
Oh, okay.
There's a column on the right that's all these power ups and boosts and stuff and cards, and I've claimed 4 of them or 5 of them, and some of them have a lock on them.
Oh, okay.
So
you can't
that's
get
how
those
they're
ones.
doing. I can't get them unless
I
I get premium. It's still not fucking worth it because one's fucking Zabu, who I don't, whatever. And some are boosters, which I never care about, which is just upgrading your cards.
Sure.
Although I know they give you things. There's variants, but there's nothing enticing in this list for me to spend that money.
Sure.
Especially ongoing, right?
Well, I will say they don't do a great job of the onboarding, I will say. I was kind of confused for the first couple days, but you do want to get as many boosters as possible. And I apologize if this is in the weeds stuff, but the more you upgrade the cards, the quicker you get more unlocks. And so, like you said, when you get a new card or something, it might mess up your strategy, but ultimately you do want to get some more cards, because when people start busting out Devil Dinosaur on you, or Thor starts showing up and shit, you're like, God, I can't win because these guys got these cards. I don't have these cards. You're going to need these cards. So you're going to have to eventually up your deck a little bit.
Okay, wait, hold on. So I'm going to yes or no but it, I think. I had that dinosaur, by the way, and he's fucked. He's fucked me up, in a bad way.
Dinosaur is awesome, dude.
No, he's awesome, but then he's done a bad thing to me because I thought he was going to do more. I don't know. You can use him wrong, but my point is, I don't know if there's a best hand in this game, which would be good if I'm right, because I've played I've played a lot of bots too, but I've played a lot of people and bots, and I've seen tons of cards that I don't have, but I don't know if they're better. I just think that they're different.
They are different, that is for sure. But there are definitely some cards where when they show up, you're like, fuck. I just, there's just, some of them are really OP. And you're going to want, for example, Wong. He's one of the best cards in the game, dude. If someone shows up with Wong, you're like, fuck, it's over. I'm going to bail. Because he lets you do your on reveal abilities twice. And so you think, okay, not a big deal. But then when they play him on Kamartage, that's an extra 2 rounds. And then when Odin shows up, that's an extra 2 rounds. And then all of a sudden your opponent's got like 300 power on each side. You're like, fuck, there's no way I can beat this. So like there are a few, I mean, not every card is great, but like there's a couple that you're going to want to start working towards that are going to be pretty key to some high level strategies for sure.
I'll get back to you on that as I'm playing it more.
Right.
But then through the shop, if you look at the bundle bullshit, like again, this is like Captain America card for $3. I don't need him, you know. And also you unlock him later, right? Like
you do. Those are just the alternate skins or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Daily offers. I think I might have spent like in-game gold on those because of the variant. I saw a variant that I liked.
Yeah.
Fast upgrade or stuff you already, you know, do in-game.
They don't even have
currency.
the crazy ones anymore. They took the crazy ones away. Like they used to be the very top thing. They're not there anymore. But before you started playing, they would offer like a couple cards. And it would, like, if you looked at the gold count, because they would have to buy it in the gold. And then, you know, the gold is at the very bottom of the page, right? Where you get the in-game gold currency. It amounted to like $200 or $300 of real money to get those guys at the top. And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? $300? That's fucking like the whaliest of whale shit going on.
Yeah.
It didn't make any sense. It's gone now. I mean, they clearly must have gotten some complaints about it. So the stuff that's there now is still whack, but it's not as whack as it was right before you started playing. That was even worse, dude.
Yeah, I just don't see the purpose of the gold, I think, because the upgrade makes sense. I'm looking at the shop in real time for a podcast. The credits are something, again, you also just make in the game yourself.
Yeah,
so I don't know why I'd ever want to get those. But the gold is the only thing that costs money. And again, there's, $100, $50, $30. And I don't know why I'm using that ever.
Yeah, I mean, they kind of took away the biggest cost for it. It's just not there anymore.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's going to come back at some point where they just want you to straight up just buy a card or maybe buy a special kind of something. It's not there, but I bet it's going to come back. They're probably refiguring their numbers. Maybe they were hoping to get lucky. Maybe everybody who played the game was going to drop $300 on a fucking card or some shit, but we'll see. I'm sure it'll be back.
So minus the shop and the monetization, which I don't like, the game is fucking great, super replayable, and I see what you mean now. I guess that's the short version. I could have just said that. I really, really like it. I wish I kind of want to play against more real people. But like I said, like you said, I guess that just makes sense if there's nobody there.
Yeah. Well, keep going, dude. I guarantee you, when you unlock the higher tier cards, you're still like in the basic tier right now. When you get to like the second and third tiers, you'll start hitting more real people and you'll be like, oh, I want to play some more bots right now because I'm tired of playing the real people.
Oh, you're like, I'll be actually looking for the bots.
Yeah.
Right.
I wish I could get a bot right now because I need to win and I keep losing. So that's going to happen.
It's fucking fun. Even if, by the way, I'm just treating everything like a bot at this point because I don't even know if anybody's human, you know? So it weirdly enough, that's just the last thing I'll say. Weirdly enough, even I think I have found like a D's nuts person. So I'm sure they give me a few people already.
Oh, yeah.
And what I just, like other games that are competitive, I sometimes freeze or freak out, you know? We've never talked about this in the show, but that's why I think I originally didn't play a lot of Fortnite and all that kind of stuff, especially build mode, because I was like, oh, I'm just going to eat shit, you know, or other games where you just get sniped from a million miles away, the Call of Duties of the world and stuff. But this one, because A, I feel good and comfortable with the gameplay, B, like you said, there's so much randomness that even if they're like eating, you know, doing amazing, they could just like some random stuff's going to happen to them. And it's a card game, you know, because I played Hearthstone actually quite a bit. I don't know if we ever brought it in the show, but
I don't think we ever talked about it.
Yeah, I played it on PC, and I did, again, same thing. I don't get nervous. So if someone's like doing amazing, I still don't freak out. Like I never retreated ever in this game. I go, there's maybe a way I can win, you know, into the last second. And I don't know. I'm just not nervous at all playing this PvP.
Yeah, it's interesting. Something that we haven't really mentioned, and I know we're kind of running long here, but one thing that's really interesting about this game is that you're almost not even playing against another person. You're kind of playing yourself in the sense that you want the biggest total on your side of the board. And so you've got a bunch of cards. Your deck is not designed to destroy another person the way that it is in Magic the Gathering. Your deck is made of cards that work together well. So you're ideally, in a perfect world, the opponent will leave you the fuck alone. He'll do his thing, or they'll do their thing. You do your thing, and your total is more than theirs. And ideally, there's not going to be a lot of crossover. Because you're not gunning for somebody. You're trying to have a strategy that works with yourself. And so it's kind of like every match is almost like Carlos versus Carlos. Like, oh, I've
Yeah.
got a plan,
Yep.
and I hope that I can make my plan work. And maybe somebody will mess with you, maybe they won't. But ideally, it's about, did I construct a plan that's well enough to get myself where I need to go? So it's almost like you versus yourself rather than you versus other people in this game, which I think is a really, really interesting spin where it's less aggro. It's less, it pisses me off less.
Right.
I feel like the rage factor isn't quite there. There's no trash talking or anything like that. So I appreciate that for it.
Well, I guess that's what I'm saying. And then also, there are elements of like you destroying other cards, though, right? That pop
Yeah,
up.
there are. Yeah.
Certain cards that do that, but you have to have, again, the right time, the right energy to be able to pull it
Exactly.
off. You can't
Exactly.
just every time be like, I'm going to do this and destroy the guy, you know,
Right,
or girl,
right.
whoever. So, and then the other thing is that I've never snapped.
Oh, never.
I refuse to snap. And then I
And
watch
it-
people
yeah.
snapping on me, and then they lose, and I laugh. Because I think only one person snapped on me. Again, person in quotes. Either a bot or a person snapped on me and then won, which is the betting thing that we talked about.
Yeah,
but
it's
I
where
don't.
you can bet who's going to win each match.
I'm never going to retreat, and I'm never going to snap. That's you can hear first. I'll never change that. I'll never do either of those things. They seem silly to me.
And I think the actual snap of Marvel Snap is, I think, probably the most superfluous element of it. Where I played for a long time and I didn't even do it at all. But now that I've been playing longer, I'm like, oh, I'll just do it for fun, and I'll try to. I mean, I think the highest I've ever gotten in the snap chart is like 30 or 40, but it goes all the way up to like 100 or something like that.
But what
So
do you use that for when you win it? What do you get?
you just get like, it's just nothing. It's just like little titles. It's little alternate skins. It's nothing important. Like, it's never anything good. It's just like a prestige sort of a thing.
I hate
It
it.
just adds another element. I know some people are like addicted to actually snapping because I think they got a gambling problem.
Yeah.
But for me, it's like, oh, if I think I'll win, I'll snap, and if I lose, then no big deal. But it's not like there's any real stakes to it. It's just kind of a bragging rights kind of thing.
Sorry, I gotta say one more thing, and then we will finish this fucking podcast.
Yeah.
Is I think it's rude. I think I just decided in my head right now.
You
Yeah,
just decided.
Yeah, because last time it happened, I was like, they saw that I did this one thing, and I kind of fucked myself, like you said. Like, it didn't work how I wanted it, and my total was only 17, but I wanted it to be like 25, and then they were at 35, and then they snapped, and I was like, fuck you, dude. Like, I know I fucked up, but you're like rubbing salt in the wounds.
That's exactly what it is.
I don't want to be rubbing salt in the wounds.
He's like, you just fucked yourself, buddy. You're gonna lose, and now I'm gonna cash in my snap on you because you just fucked yourself.
Now I don't know if I want to ever play again. I'm mad about snaps.
That's happened to me, and I have done that to people. And sometimes it goes the way you think it's going to, and sometimes it doesn't, man. There's been some matches where I'm like, I am absolutely going to win this one. Snap! I'm going to snap on your ass. And then, nope. I get
Cocky
snapped
son
on,
of a bitch.
Yeah, you never know. You never know.
Write down this for the podcast name, Mad About Snaps.
Mad about snaps. Mad about snaps. All right. Well, Before we go. So listen, we're actually pretty long. And I'm actually getting really hungry. Maybe we should just, should we save this for our Sunday show?
We'll
'Cause
save
we
it
can have a
before
lot of-
you go for a Sunday show.
Yeah, let's save it because
Yeah.
I'm only going to have like one game to talk about. You're probably not going to have a lot.
Yeah.
Let's save the before we go because I got a lot to talk about. I don't want to rush.
So do
through
I,
it.
so
want
do
to
I.
take some time. Let's save it.
Let's close the doors on the show.
Hold on, I gotta write down Mad About Snaps.
Mad About Snaps. Also,
Okay.
this is just a fun fact. I'm re-downloading Code Vein.
Oh man, okay, go for it.
Go for it, dude.
Go ahead. Go
I'll
ahead.
tell
I
you.
take no
I'll tell
responsibility.
you why for my third foreshadow next episode.
You better write those down. 'cause
I'm
you're
going to write them
forget.
down right now because I am.
You better
gonna
write them
forget
down.
that
All right,
one.
we'll talk about Code Vein later. Okay, we're gonna save the before we go for next time because next show is guaranteed going to be a shorter show. Let's wrap this one up. We're running long, folks. Thank you very much for listening, and also thank you for patience. I know we got this episode out late, so apologies for that. As per usual, send us your questions and comments. Hit us up, sovideogamespodcast@gmail.com, on Twitter @SoVideoGames, or Instagram @SoVideoGamesPodcast. You can also reach us individually. Carlos, where are we sending your traffic this week?
Well, you can just announce it from here on out, and you can check out Carlos at TikTok @CarlosRodella. The new video that I'm dropping tonight, which I think this podcast is going up tonight. Is that right? Hopefully.
Yes, as soon as yes.
Okay. Then tonight you can watch on TikTok, Carlos Rodella, my name, the first video game, like adventure game, point and click sketch.
Oh, excellent.
So it's a
Okay.
sketch that mimics, it's Starbucks still, but it mimics an adventure game.
Interesting. All
Yeah.
right, tune in, folks. Let's check this out.
Check it
All right.
out.
Check it out. All right. As for me, same as always, it's on Instagram, still on Twitter for now. My name, BradGallaway, all A's, no O's. And just as an FYI, also, we did start a Game Critics Instagram account, and you can follow that. I got a lot on my plate, so I'm not like doing like major updates, but like I'll update it a couple times a week if you want to just see what's up at the side. And it's not a real like high power account, but you can always follow us if you like. Make me feel good. But that's going to do it for this week, episode 318. Thank you all again for joining us here on the So Videogames podcast, and
we'll see you next week.
Fuck, god damn it.
We can't do it. Let's not do it. We can't do it. Watch. Here's what we're gonna do. Watch. You do it first, and then I'll do it after. It's gonna sound good.
And we'll see you next week.
We'll see you next week.
Next week. All right.
No. Hold on. Just do it like normal. That's going to do it for this week episode. Right over. And say, we'll see you next week fast. And then I'll go after you, and then we're done. Ready? Go.
Okay. All right. That's going to do it for episode 318. Thanks again for joining us here on the So Videogames podcast. And we'll see you next week.
We'll see you next week. See?
All right. That's fine. I accept.